Yo.
Yo, it's live on a Sunday.
Sunday, pod day. What up?
Sorry, I just watched this Yankee game. It's like, oh, let's go, let's
I was
go.
gonna say I had it on in the background too, so as
It's there. I get to watch it because MLB TV, like I told you, since Aaron Judge is doing the whole home run thing, it's like everybody gets to watch it. So I know we don't have a lot of baseball fans, but I am a huge we are huge baseball fans.
yeah, man.
We gotta watch that. That's the last game of the home. What home, right? Home season.
Yeah, the home. Yeah, the last time going of the season. Yeah.
There you go. Said that all shitty, but yeah. What's up, man?
Chilling. You had a fun week, huh?
I had an eventful week.
Yeah.
Hold on. Josh was saying that I sound like I'm in an echo chamber. What does that mean?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me see.
Am I echoey? Am I sounding like doo doo?
Is it both of us or is it just him? Let's get some clarification.
Hurricane? Huh?
I mean, you sound good on my end, so that's why I'm just making sure we're not doubling up. I'm just double checking the volumes.
Gotta get the people what they want, but I sound like to me, echo chamber is something else, though. So that's why I was confused. I don't know.
Discord. I don't think we're good.
It's just him. Okay, so it's just me.
Oh, okay. How about everybody?
Putting the volume up on the YouTube.
You always sound well. I appreciate that. Now that just sounds like biases. Hold on a second. Hold on. What about?
I do sound low.
What about now?
Hello. Mic check. Hello. I hear myself now, but I don't hear no echo in echo chamber or whatever he said.
Okay, no double talk. Sorry, guys.
No double talk.
As you can't, we're still like a work in fucking progress. You know what I mean?
It's always a whip. We're always a whip.
Better. All right, I did. All right. See, I just got to stop fucking with shit. That's my issue.
It's okay.
Remember what I told you? Remember what I told you? I literally told you this. I was like, I touched some shit, and I should have left everything well enough the fuck alone.
We're improving, getting better. That's all we could do. It's part of the progress. It's okay. And this is why chat let us know. They hey guys, it sounds like this, sounds like that, and we appreciate that. And not keep quiet about it, because I've seen people just not say nothing. It's like, oh, and then the whole pod I review it and I'm going, oh shit, I sounded like ass, or one of us were too low, or
yeah, that's definitely that's 100% of feels bad, right? Like it's like you go through the whole pod, everything's good, chat's like rocking with you and stuff, and then you go back and you go the listening real quick, and then it's like, oh, we sounded like shit that whole time, and nobody said something.
And nobody said anything. What the shit?
I think but we appreciate chat for looking out. Okay, thanks. Shinrock's chiming in. Thank you guys. Right. Sensei sounds really good now. Yes, because I unfucked what I fucked basically. But thank you, Joshua.
It was just low. That's all. It was just low. That's all.
We're here.
We're good though.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Yeah,
so
man.
Listen, you know what I was gonna do? I was just giveaway and then we just leave. Like that's it. Like that's the pod today.
Right? Just spin the fucking wheel and get the fuck out of here. Let's go watch some baseball.
Let's go watch some baseball. No, we're gonna so we're spinning the wheel shortly, guys. Don't worry about it. Actually, just a little teaser for everybody. Ready? Ooh, look, wheel. Okay, look away.
Ooh, wait, look away now. All right.
There's a wheel. Okay, look away. Wait, one more time. There's a wheel.
One more time.
Okay.
There it is. All right, and we're back to.
All right, we're back.
Catching up. All right, so, man, I had a. Man, if you guys don't know, I live in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm in Central Florida.
Tell us about your week.
Holy shit! Eventful week. We had Hurricane Ian, and I know that's a joke that me and Logic say a lot, but
eventually I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that clip eventually on the pod one week.
Yeah, eventually, so that everybody can catch up on that. Like, oh, that's what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, for context.
Yeah. No, I'm Pablo. So no, we had Hurricane Ian come through Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We prepared for it like as much as we can. Too many people just hoarded everything up at the store, so it was kind of hard to get what we needed as far as canned goods or waters or the essentials. It was kind of hard, but we got what we could. Storm came through. We were fortunate enough for our power not to go out, but to lend some context to that, like where I live at, about 80 to 85% of the community lost power. I wasn't part of that 85%, which I'm grateful for that.
I was going to say that's a high percentage. I mean, when you look at those, they kept showing the heat. Yeah. They kept showing the heat map. And it was basically like Southwest Florida to Central Florida. Like everybody was out, like outages. Like I think there was like 2 million outages within the first couple of hours before the eye even hit. Like before it was like landfall was
even
made.
before it even touched. Yeah, it was like
the bands.
the
of the
west coast
hurricane.
of Florida just got
Yeah,
demolished, and I feel so sorry for people out there, man.
absolutely.
Especially those who really have nowhere else to go. 'Cause I know they were telling people to evacuate, but when you don't got nowhere to go, you got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And when you got fur babies and kids and babies and people
It's
hooked up
not the
with maybe
easiest thing to just
medical
pick
emergency
up
stuff,
and fucking just,
yeah,
move like
it's
that.
not that easy. But no, man, we were fortunate enough to keep our power. So we kept that. However, where I live at, there's swamp behind us. It's like the Everglades.
Mm-hmm.
That it connects to the Everglades. I'm not saying the Everglades behind me, but
Sure,
it
sure.
connects. It comes from the Everglades and the swamp behind me. So what happens in storms like this? Normally it does overflow, but not like it has to. Like with this storm, it really overflowed to the point where every day it gets worse.
Right.
I spoke to you yesterday. I've been sending you pictures back and forth,
Nah,
literally
those pictures are
just
wild.
creeping up to the house every single day, and we're to the point that what do we do? It is now like my backyard's so flooded, it's now touching my son's wall where he sleeps at, and it's like 2 or 3 inches up on his wall on the outside. It hasn't come into the house yet, but you can only imagine the fear we have right now with that stuff. We got sandbags down and that kind of stuff, but then the one interesting thing, I sent you this picture, we have a goddamn gator in the back. Like, I know I live in Florida, but I know what gators look like. I'm whatever at a Gatorland, theme park or whatever. But I literally have a gator in my backyard just chilling.
I was trying to say, like, all kidding aside, but I was like, since when did we get partnered with National Geographic? Like, I just wanted to know, like, if we were going to, like, announce it, if that was going to be, like, a segment, by the way, like, oh, this segment, by the way, is brought to you by National Geographic.
Brought to you by National Geographic, yeah. And Gatorland. There you go. Shout out to Gatorland. Come pick up your gator, please. I leave the gators in my backyard. But, dude, and then my wife's like, "Oh, it's a baby gator." I'm going,
what? Like trying to downplay it. It's like the baby, and that's what I told you. I was like, the baby gator could fucking be on the other side of town. Why does the baby gator have to be in our backyard?
Baby gator looks cute on a movie and in a picture, a video,
in the zoo, in its natural fucking habitat in the Everglades.
But not in my backyard. Like literally, he's like chilling there, floating, and I'm going. Now we gotta watch him. He's been there since yesterday. Now we got. Well, I spotted him yesterday. I don't know how long he's been there, but he's been there.
He's lurking,
just chilling.
He's lurking.
Yeah, he's like, yo, when is the pot coming? I need to know when the pot's coming.
When's the dog going outside?
Right. Yeah. Right. And we got little dogs.
Little dogs.
Little Mikey, little Macho, like they're all small dogs. I was like, yeah, I know you got dogs, man. Let's go.
Yeah, when you're taking the dog out for a walk.
Right, which cannot happen now because literally it's like I have a in-ground pool back there. It just flooded big time.
Didn't you show me somebody in the neighborhood was fucking canoeing down the street the other day?
They took out a kayak and started kayaking down.
I'm sorry, I said canoe. They're kayaking down the fucking road. Like what? Yes. It's like, oh yeah, just another day in Florida after a hurricane. It's like, what the fuck? Yes. Definitely.
She even offered it to my son. She goes, "You want to do this?" My son was like, "I'm all for it." I'm like, "Stop."
Yeah. We ain't doing it.
Ain't nobody trying to go to a hospital right now.
Yeah.
But now a lady kayaking down the road. I have a gator in the backyard. So Hurricane Ian has been an adventure for us.
But everybody's okay, though. Obviously, kids are okay, wife okay.
Everybody's okay. It's just the fear of the water coming to our house.
Sure.
That kind of stuff. It's that fear. It creeps up every day. Like now the gator's back there, so we got to watch where it's at every single time. Make sure it's not hiding from us, so that when we step out or we have to, it might try to attack us because it's a gator. So all that's going on, man. That's my eventful week, man. It's like I need the water to start receding, and it won't recede anytime soon because it's swamp water. It's literally water that's overflowing from other locations.
Right.
It has nowhere else to go but us. Like there's no other way for it to go. So it's like I don't know how long it's going to be until it starts receding, and I'm hoping it starts receding sometime here this week, tomorrow, today, now. And it doesn't help that we haven't had hot weather because the hurricane took away all the humidity or the heat.
Mm-hmm. So it's just chilling. So there's no receding. The water's just chill. Yeah, the water's literally just chilling.
Yeah. So Josh was like more like a swim. Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't be going swimming in that water.
No, not at all, man. I think does it smell good, and it's not. It's gators in there. I don't know. It's just nah. I even seen pictures on the West Coast where there was sharks on the highway where it was flooded.
Yeah.
Like, this is nuts. Like, this is a movie. This is Sharknado. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I got try to get a little gaming in just to stay normal because. One of the things I advise people that have never been through a hurricane or going through a hurricane, been through it before, is always try to keep as much normal in your life routine-wise before, during, and after. Maybe not so much during, but at least before and after. Try to keep as much routine normally that you would do in your life. Try to do that as much so that you don't go nuts, and then minimize how much TV you have on that has the weatherman talking doom and gloom all the time, because that's all they do. They talk doom and gloom.
They
They
sensationalize it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they do. They really do.
Yeah.
Especially when you got a weatherman on one of those channels talking about if it goes left a little bit, everybody dies. Like literally, that was his words. And I'm going, yo, the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like, it's not it. It's not it, buddy. But yeah, man. Luckily, that's what we're dealing with only. And I say that because I'm watching the rest of the state go through, well, at least the west side of the state, like Tampa and Fort Myers and all these places on the west side have a lot worse than I do, man. They don't have a home. Like a lot of people out there just don't have a home. It's all gone. It's all underwater. It's all destroyed. So it's like that's why I say I'm grateful and I'm fortunate to at least still have my power and only deal with a flood that
Sure.
it's not taking over my house like instantly. So that's the thing. But yeah, man, that's my week, bro. Very eventful.
Yeah.
Just shitty. Yeah.
And then, I mean, outside of that, you obviously, have to check in on the house and stuff like that. Because same thing, too. Like, we've been obviously keeping in contact with everything. But, so, like, you didn't obviously get as much gaming in that I know. But,
No.
Yeah.
No,
so just kind of focusing on the house and family and everything like that.
I mean, I got Deathloop done. Which
is dope. That I did. Yeah.
Okay. That's 1K, so that's out the way now. And now I'm playing Paw Patrol, fucking great ass game.
And let me just ask you real quick. So with finishing Deathloop, so what is your overall take on the game? Because I didn't finish it yet. So and trying to, I know it's been out for a year, so
without
spoiling it, can you give me like an overview? Yeah,
quick. It is overview. Okay, so I'll tell you how I like measure a game if it's something that is replayable or not.
Right.
Like I would definitely, if let's say you needed help with some part of the game, because there's online on that game.
Sure.
I would definitely jump on there and play with you again. That's how good the game is. The game has replay value. I love it because the way the loop works. It does have multiple endings. That will require you to play not the whole thing again, but if you end it once, you can play that last loop one more time throughout that whole one loop, and then get to the second ending if you want. But it does have multiple endings. I believe 2 is what I got. I'm not sure if there's any more than that. But I got both endings to me were awesome. So there's some incentive if you want to go ahead and finish that game. But both loops are awesome. I love the one move it's a slab that I ended up using throughout the game is the one where you connect all the enemies together. You shoot one of them and they all die. Like I love that slab. I forgot the name of it, but I love that slab. And then I mainly shot throughout the whole game with a silenced pistol because I sneaked around a lot.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of game for me. But it's good, man. I forgot who put this on Twitter, but I think the turnoff on this game is that a lot of people are going in thinking it's an FPS, and to me, it's more of a platformer, puzzle platformer, than it is an FPS. And I think that's the disconnect there with some of the fans. A lot of rare achievements on that game, and I say this because I'm a Chivo guy. I get that, but there's a lot of achievements there that's just like literally starting the game and doing the tutorial. It's still a rare achievement, and that's the part. Like, wait, why is nobody like that? Tells me that people are not really playing this game. It's like, come on, let's play this game. It's a great game, and it's on Game Pass, man. Go ahead and try that out. Like, play, at least download it. Give them some sort of stats for it. Good game. I would say play it. Like, I love it. It's a good game. I think I told you this. If this wasn't already a year out, I would nominate it for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's already been out already, so like obviously, yeah. No, I mean, honestly, like even from the little bit that I played of it, couple hours and stuff like that, I definitely have been enjoying myself with it. Definitely got to get back into it. But I was gonna say, my week I kind of got sucked in a little to a bunch of other games. I mean, Apex being one of them. So weird. It's like,
very like I saw you started playing that. I'm like, oh, he's playing Apex. I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. But then day number 2, day number 3, and day number 4, I'm going, then everybody, Reborn came in, and Raven, your father, and Jay.
Well, because then I started, I mean, Reborn already had it downloaded. Sunday had it downloaded. Like, so, but my whole thing is, you could tell when I'm like really looking for a game to play that's like some type of, some competitive capacity or something like that. If I'm out here like re-downloading fucking Apex, because I'm literally just like, I'm just trying to wait until fucking October 28th. So I'm literally
Oof.
just like, I'm like, all right, how do I pass
Whatever
the
holds you
days?
to that. Yeah.
Whatever gets me through at this point, because that's another thing too. It's like, so play the beta, and then it's like, I don't really want to go back and play 2019 Modern Warfare. I don't, and it's nothing.
I haven't touched it.
Dude, and it's
I'm the same.
I uninstalled it, and it's nothing against
Yep. I
2019
did
Modern
too. I
Warfare.
did too.
It's literally just, or even Black Ops or anything. I don't want to. Now that I have the picture of COD, like that of 2022 COD, that's the only COD in my mind that I want to fucking play right now. So I gotta
Dude,
wait.
the speed is different. It's Modern Warfare, but it's
Yeah,
not Modern Warfare. It's like
yeah.
it's a upgraded version of
The
Modern Warfare
guns,
2019. I
progressions.
deleted it. I uninstalled it
Yeah.
myself too.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to buy time at this point, and I'm like, well, and then of course I got my League of Legends, and that I'm still playing with Turpin and
Yeah, I watched
Jeremy,
a little bit of that.
but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So just playing that and stuff, and that's always fun, competitive and things. But it's like for the FPS stuff, it's like, all right, no, I just need something. So here, enter Apex, right? So there I am,
Mm-hmm.
Apex, and then it's like, okay, this is fun. Like, and then that's another thing too, because I tried to play Apex a couple of weeks back, and I think I was trying to play with Reborn, and I just didn't have a good time. I don't know if I just wasn't feeling well that day. I don't know what the situation was, but I got such a bad gameplay
Well,
experience on that
that's
particular
the thing
day.
with battle royales, though. I don't know about you, but sometimes battle royales, you'll go in there and you feel it. You have that good feeling to it, like, okay, I could play these games. But then there are times where it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's just multiplayer in general. There are times where it's like you get on these games and you're not feeling it. It's just whatever it is,
And that's what
something's
it
off.
was at that particular time when I was playing, a couple weeks back. Like I said, I just wasn't feeling it. And then so when I re-downloaded it, and then I started playing, I was playing on controller, and then I got my dad to download it. And then next thing you know, it's like I think we were like a few games in. We were playing duos. We were like 3-4 games in, got a dub. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, we gotta win. Okay, and this was just casual, like we weren't playing ranked or anything, we were just playing normals. And then my brother got home, I think, from work, and then and then my dad called him over and was like, "Yo, Draven, like, what you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." He was like, "All right." He was like, "Yo, we're playing Apex." He was like, "Me and Luke are playing Apex. If you want to, get on." He was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll go download it." So he goes, he downloads it. We get in. I think maybe, I swear to God, it might have been the first or second game that we played together. Mind you, it's been a minute since me, my dad, and my brother have played a game together too. So like the fact that it's the three of us playing, right? And we're all calling out, like me and my brother would play, like we play games all the time, like obviously. But like, and then me and my dad play games all the time. But just that dynamic of playing the same game at the same time, because our friend group and stuff like that. So all three of us playing together. And the video that you're seeing here was the three of us. It's literally that's on the screen now. It's my dad, it's me, it's my brother, and this was the final circle. And the comms, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I'm gonna share it out just so you can hear the 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You got to hear these comms. Like, you would have fucking thought we've been playing this game literally for the last 9 months, the way that we were like communicating with each other, especially like me and my dad. And it was just it was so much fun. The adrenaline rush I got from this game right here, and we get
when you got good comms going on these games like this, it's a beautiful thing.
And then just everybody's working together, and we get the win. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. So then I boom, sucked right back in. So now I'm playing, and then I'm playing ranked. I'm ranking up on. I'm only like bronze 3 because the season just reset. But I'm messing around. Like, I'm enjoying myself on Apex again. So that suffice to say everything. I'm enjoying myself on Apex again. I'm playing Apex with my dad, playing Apex with my brother. I was playing with Reborn, playing with some, you know what I mean? So I'm just having fun with that. And, and that was a lot of my week pretty much between that, League of Legends and stuff. But
and see, that's the part that's dope about gaming. When you get like just the right people who want to play with you and having that like just having fun, it just makes the games experience that much better. And you got, like Shinrock saying, you got to experience that with family, with your father and your brother. That's always a plus. That's a plus,
Yeah, and then even with Josh too, I didn't want to even like hold out on that, like, but it's unfortunate too, because I it's different times. It's like I don't want to fault like parents ever for like not being into kids, like but I wasn't.
What he wrote?
Well, no,
great to hear.
Yeah.
Kind of shame. Wow, really?
Yeah. Well, but I understand it, because I hear that a lot from people too. It's like, why are you out playing?
True.
Why are you playing games? Why aren't you outside hanging out with your friends and things like that? Like, when I was growing up as a kid, like, thank God I had a balance in that, but also too, like, my dad being a big computer guy and being a big gamer, Like it's always, it's weird. It's like you kind of go to see what you're heavily influenced by your parents. I think you would think,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, so just seeing like my dad's interests. What are my dad's interests? Well, he's a big techie. He's into computers and shit. He builds computers, and he likes video games. So it's like, okay, well, naturally, I'm gonna like to build computers, and I'm gonna like video games. And it's cool that we could share a hobby like that. But I can definitely understand like where parents are like, oh, I wish you'd go out more. And I did have a good balance of that. But also too, gaming and shit, we've had these discussions before, not to get too crazy with it, but gaming kept me out of trouble. Gaming kept me inside the house safe with my friends, and I still had that
100%
connection. I still socialized. Like, people don't realize this, once again, and I will say this again, and we said this, me and you have never met each other in real life.
Nope.
Me and you have never met each other face to face.
We've been in the same state.
We've never been in the same.
I've been in New York.
Yeah, and
Vegas.
I was in Vegas. We've never physically met each other in real life. Yet look how good we are. Like, look how good friends we are. You understand what I'm saying?
Things I point out to my family, because it's the same thing with my mother and my father, my sister. Like, they sit there and like I get the whole, you're 40-something years old, you're still playing video games, as if, what do you mean by that? Like, video game has such a stigma for them, because remember, they're old, so they don't know the space. They just think gaming is for like kids.
Yep.
And nobody as an adult should be playing that. They don't understand like what gaming is to people like me and you, and to a lot of other gamers out there. This is not just me sitting here like playing video games. This is especially when it's hard for me to like go out, like interact with people. I have that issue. I don't know the social cues, and like I have those type of issues where I'm not picking up on certain things. Gaming to me is that avenue for me where I can literally meet people, have fun with people, and
absolutely, 100%,
and click on that level of communication that I do. So it's hard. I understand where they coming from. My parents, I'm saying, I understand that, and my family, I get that. I so understand them saying go outside and do more outside. But for me, it's just not that.
But it's a different time. And
what's up, brother? And you have a conversation. I can't do that.
And like, dude, and it's a different time now that we live in too, where it's like the socializing. Correct. You could build your social skills and shit like that on a game. Not to say like, I mean, and the reasonably, like, not like the talking shit part of it and all of that. Because listen, that's another thing too. It's like a lot of this I learned how to shit talk online, like on Xbox Live,
right?
Like, and on TeamSpeak and Discord. It's like it built. For sure, but it's like, but also too with friends, just meeting random people, even having the ability to talk to people here through chat. And like I said, I don't want to like go crazy with it, but just honestly, even just the people that we've met over the last year, like through the community and stuff like that, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know, like we've never met Dimber, Josh, Shin, and Umbra, but these connections, we're having conversations with people halfway across the world. We just did a podcast a week and a half ago, with the guys down from Australia, with Xbox Infinite. Umbra's over here in the Midwest and stuff like that. But why? Because we all enjoy gaming. Because it just the community that's in here, it's nuts, man.
Some of my best friends in life that I consider family, I've met playing video games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I met Draven, your brother. I met you. I've met Money, Reborn. I recently met with like Nick. Nick has become a really good friend of me because of the gaming space. Like I've met real good people playing video games. And I'm not saying I haven't met people in real life that's good people, but I've met people that are more genuine to me and understand who I am when it comes to the gaming side of things than I have outside of that bubble. And that's just me, But it is that gaming to me is that important in my life. And even my wife, who, she acknowledged, she goes, you know what? Like in the beginning when I first met her 20 plus years ago, it was the same thing where it was like, why games, But she came at it from a whole different point of view. She's like, why video games? Why are you still playing? Like, there's so much out there to offer. But she asked, and she was interested in it to the point where she allowed me to explain myself, and she watched me why I do it. She goes, it makes so much sense the way you explain it, why you do it. I understand it now more. Yep. And it's all about understanding. It's all about keeping an open mind and getting to know why people do certain things. And it's not just gaming; it's anything. Any
hobby. It doesn't have to be gaming. Why do you like cars? Why do you like building fucking wooden objects? Why are you a sneakerhead? Why do you like clothes? Like, you know what I mean? It's the same.
People like hats. They collect hats, and that's what they do. They collect hats. And I mean, if I don't understand it, I'm not going to sit here and go, "That's dumb," or "Why do you still do that? You're this age or that age." Or no, it's a hobby that gets you through whatever you need to get through.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, man. Joshua, man, I apologize for that kind of if you're going through all that, man. But you're safe in this space.
Or if you've gone through that before. But absolutely, like, listen, that's at one point or another. We've definitely always ran into somebody that's like, why are you wasting your time on games? Why are you doing all that and stuff? Like, even outside of like people that are just looking at a game as a hobby and not trying to do any type of content creation or streaming or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's just like, but don't let anybody fault you or shit on you because you like a particular thing. Because at some point or another, those same people have their own vices. They have their own hobbies and stuff like that you probably don't fuck with.
Is why we do games. Yeah. Get away from that kind of that kind of judgment and that kind of always like finger pointing and wagging. Yeah. It's ironically is why we go into the gaming space and do this and meet people this way, because in the real world it's a lot of judgmental stuff. I'm not that it doesn't happen in the gaming side of things, but at least with gaming it's shit talking. We understand that and we know how to get through that, and when it's gaming. But yeah, man, Joshua, you're safe here, baby, like anybody else. This space is a very safe space. We try to do our best here to be inclusive and welcome everybody. So don't never feel like gaming here is like, or anything you do in life is something that is going to be judged like that. So
absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that though. Appreciate that, man.
Dude, are you ready for this, bro? I think we're there.
I don't know if chat's ready for it. I know we have people in the chat, but chat, are you guys ready for the spin of the wheel? I mean, what did you see who's going to win this?
Listen, I mean, it's like, and listen, I won't fault anybody for not being here. Like I said, like I personally, I mean, we've been, sending it out and things like that. But that's a beautiful thing about Discord. It's like, listen, if you couldn't make it to the live, don't worry about it. You're in there. Obviously, we have all the names set up too.
We got a lot of replay
stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we had this set up. So kind of just to break it down, a couple of weeks back, when they had the COD Next event. And we did our special podcast. We had P Money and we had Kill for Cash on Ink Studios, and we were talking about the COD Next event and the Modern Warfare 2 reveal and all of that stuff. And that evening, Kill for Cash possibly was under the influence. I mean, you'd have to go back to the podcast and listen. He might have been under the influence of some alcohol. And he openly, I mean, I didn't know what allegedly. I also didn't know that he was going to do this, but he was like, yo, I got a standard edition copy. He doesn't physically have it, but he was like, I'm willing to get one for somebody in the community, in the STP community. So, and I was like, you for real? And he was like, absolutely. But he was like, we got to make it for something. So funny enough, we were 23 subs away from 400. At that time, at the time of recording that and going live. So that the incentive was straight up, just share the podcast out, share the channel out, share the Discord out. Obviously enter the inside joke that day was STP suck on my mask. As you can see here, I'll actually pull it up real quick on the Discord.
Which it should have been, hindsight being 2020 after playing the beta, should have been STP with the fuck's my silence.
Or
some other shit like that. Yeah.
STP, why am I dying so quick?
Am I dying so quick? STP is TTK, it's some shit like that.
Yeah, STP increased TTK, something stupid. Yeah. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna drag it over here. So yeah, we had the Discord.
We went into this. After that, with Jay saying, "Hey, I'll do the giveaway. I'll donate the copy of the game."
Yep.
To you guys, the channel for the Discord.
Yep.
It was never. I need to put more context. It was never. You never had to subscribe to the channel to be part of this contest. Just to come to Discord, be a part of our community that we have opened up in Discord, and the byproduct of that was, fuck it, I'm just gonna subscribe to the channel as well. And that part is amazing. It's like, okay. And even though we said the goal has to be 400, that was it was a goal for 400, but even it went past that, which was pretty cool.
Yep, which is dope.
And it's dope. So then it got us to this point. A lot of people has joined our Discord, which we're fucking proud of that shit. Like, I can't tell you how much we're proud of that, because it's from day one we've been trying to build a community, and we are going to continue building a positive, inclusive community where we can talk what we want to talk. And you guys are all about it. And we got over about 75 now in our Discord.
Yeah, there's a little closer to like 80 now, including me and you, obviously. But yeah, that's other podcast communities. That's obviously the XBL guys, Xbox Infinite people. That's obviously people here that Shin's in there, Thimber's in there. I believe Josh is in there. There's a few people that have joined as well too.
Joined up.
Obviously, if you signed up for the giveaway, like, you're in the Discord, so it's dope. And just seeing people, like, once again, not to harp on it, but seeing people carry conversations, seeing Nick, seeing Thimber, seeing people go go and check out the gaming news when we post it up, or just have conversations about gaming and stuff inside the chat, or just bullshit and talk about whatever they want to talk about in the chats, has been pretty dope. We're definitely looking at, I'm always lurking, even if I'm not in there, like, having conversations. But obviously, if you at directly, one of the best ways to get my attention, because I mute everything, especially on Discord, is to just at me directly. If you ever want to reach out to me, same thing, DMs and whatever. Same thing with Kills, obviously. He's Captain fucking, appear offline. So, I mean, that's literally...
Well, I'm more online on Discord.
But you're more online on Discord than you are on actual Xbox, yes. So I don't want to still produce that narrative. Yes, that's true. But
yeah, I mean, on Xbox, I will be Captain offline. Yeah. It's just that I have my reasons. I've explained that already. I won't go into that again. But I am Captain offline on Xbox. But this week, I forgot who was it that reached out to me. He needed help on Deathloop on one of the achievements. He's hey, Kills, you help me with this. I'm like, I'm all for it. I was offline, and he still reached out to me, and I joined in the party with him, and I helped him. Well, I couldn't help him because I fucked up on something on Deathloop to help him with that, but he ended up getting it anyways after we had a conversation. So it's a matter of just hitting me up, man. If you hit me up. Same thing with the Discord. We had, I forgot who it was, joined us this week. We went just chill, like we always are, in the chill voice channel.
Yeah.
And we're always in the chill voice channel, just chilling, just literally chilling. That's what we're doing. Sometimes we talking, and sometimes we just mute, we just quiet because we're playing our games. But people, like, I forgot who it was, man. Do you remember who? Like, I think it was Void. Void joined us.
Yeah, I think Void joined. Yeah.
Yeah, he joined us in there, and it was like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" Like,
just
first time somebody, just bullshit. He just came in there and a couple of minutes, chilled with us and just bounced out. And that's what we're trying to encourage. Like, if you see us, it doesn't have to be us opening up a channel.
Yeah,
you guys can just
use the channels. Same thing I told Xbox Infinite people, because they were talking about doing game nights, and we designed it around the channels the same way. You guys want to, party? Listen, we already know Xbox Party Chat too. They have limitations to how many people can have in a party chat. Discord doesn't have those same amount of limitations. You could have more than 20 people inside of a voice call and talk and stuff. So people are welcome to go and use those voice channels for gaming and stuff like that. If there's a voice channel that's not available on the Discord and you want it there, DM me, DM Sensei. And we'll get it set up for you. So if you want to go play games, obviously with the integration with Xbox too, transfer the calls over to Xbox, and yeah, man, it's just a lot of fun. So I just want to thank everybody for entering in, everybody that entered in, anybody that's been supporting us as well too. Thank you for that. And then just some quick, I guess, terms, and not so much terms, but just we're gonna get you the game. Whoever is the winner, if you are out of like NA, pretty much, we're going to try to gift you the game, whatever console, whatever like that. Same thing with NA as well too. But if we can't get you the game directly, then obviously we'll get you a gift card so you could purchase the game. But we're gonna try to basically gift you it for the standard copy of it. But yeah, I don't want to take any much more time away. If there's anything else you'd want to say, Kills, do that. But I'm just shuffling these names.
I think if I continue talking, the chat will be like, yo, shut the fuck up.
I know, shut the fuck up and just click the button.
Wheel.
And one last thing I will say, listen, remember, if you're a VIP member, of the Discord, we've gone over this before, you do get double entry into these giveaways. So the person here, obviously, Nick, is a VIP member of our Discord. That's why you see his name on this list twice. Because he got a double entry in there. So it's, we have it here set up. It's $5 a month. You could cancel it anytime. But one of the benefits of being a VIP of our community in our Discord is the ability to have double entries on these giveaways. So yeah, man. So without further ado, I'm going to click the button. Like I said, one of these days I'm literally going to have a drum roll ready, but I didn't, pre-game this hard enough. So I'm just clicking the button. And then I'm going to click the wheel, and then we're going to see what happens.
Click it. Click it.
All right, let's go.
I would bang on my table, but then it'll just...
Oh, well, same.
Yeah.
Just Cause.
Oh! Just Cause!
Just Cause. Shit. That's close. That passed by you. That passed by Turpin. That passed by Doom Cutie. That was close, man. Holy,
so close.
Holy.
So Just Cause has won.
Congrats.
The copy of Standard Edition of Modern Warfare. It does release on the 28th, but because he will be getting a digital edition, he will be able to play the campaign on the 20th.
On the 20th,
early access,
for the
not 21st, but the 20th.
Yeah.
With the digital pre-order. So there you go. Congratulations, Just Cause. W in the chat if you guys don't mind, but Just Cause will reach out to you or if you're
on
watching,
Discord.
reach out to us on Discord.
Reach out to me or Sensei on Discord, and we'll figure out all the semantics. But again, I want to thank everybody for entering. This will not be the last giveaway. We will have more coming. And yeah, like I said, I just want to thank everybody for the support. Obviously, thank Ink Studios, Kill for Cash, who sponsored this giveaway as well. Too big shout out to him.
Jay, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. So obviously, we wouldn't be able to do this without him. So, definitely give some love to that man. We'll probably in our bio on the bottom in our description, we'll probably put a link to his Twitter and his YouTube as well too. But yeah, man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It'll be in the description, so you guys want to follow him on Twitter or any socials with his permission. Obviously, I don't want to just blow him out like that. Like if you give us permission to blow it out, like to put it on the description, I'll do that. That way, you guys can follow him. But congratulations one more time to Just Cause, man, winning our first. I think that's our first giveaway.
Our first game giveaway. Yes, absolutely.
Because we give away controllers.
We're doing milestones. Listen, it's milestones still. It's just milestones for me. 400 subs on YouTube. Milestone. First game giveaway milestone. So we'll see what's coming.
Being popping off. Yeah,
Discord's popping off. Absolutely, man.
The alligator in the backyard. That's not a
alligator. Well, it depends.
That's depending how you look at it. If I had if I had a crocodile hunter, he'd be probably excited. Yeah, it's like
Cranky. No, who probably should be excited is your wife, because be like, instead of going to like one of those nice like designer stores and like getting like one of those nice bags, be like, boom.
Oh
bag.
Lord. Well, who do you think named it Allie the Gator?
No, really? She gave it a name?
Allie the Gator. That's the name
shot.
Of the gator. Allie the Gator.
No shot.
I'm going, Jesus Christ. You're giving this shit a name. Like I don't need another pet. Like I don't need any pets, let alone a damn alligator. I don't I'm not doing that. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's
nice.
That's pretty cool, man. We gave away
man.
That's pretty cool.
So hopefully, like I said, more giveaways to come in the future. But all
right, that's the show. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, imagine. Imagine. No, we actually have stuff to talk about. And yeah,
what happened this week? Anything happened this week as far as what we want to talk about?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. I mean, we'll definitely get into I don't want to call it necessarily A topic, B topic kind of thing, but yeah, just where we're gonna lead it right off with Google.
Yeah, bro, that's the moment that news dropped. We and you we hit each other up, and it was like, yo, what is going on? Like, okay, let me ask you: was there writing on the wall with this thing?
So
was it on the?
I mean, that's one of the. Expect this? I mean, okay. So there's a couple of ways I think that you could probably look at this like announcement, at a couple of different angles, and I've seen some interesting takes online as well too, for reasons why it didn't succeed, or there's some finger pointing as far as like reasons, But when you think about it, I don't think we have like as successful of a even beta as xCloud or Xbox Cloud Gaming as you do now, or even like in GeForce Now,
Luna, Amazon.
If it's not Google pushing themselves out, or I mean, even before Google too, because there was other companies out before this.
I think
trying
for
to
me,
remember OnLive. I mean, you remember OnLive?
That's where I was going. The most earliest clouding gaming that I experienced in this house was that OnLive.
OnLive.
It was,
I
think it was bought out or something happened there. I don't know. I think Sony bought out the rights to it or the infrastructure to it, and they started using it in before they got with Microsoft, obviously with the xCloud. But yeah, OnLive was my first experience when it comes to cloud gaming.
Yeah,
that was literally cloud gaming, and then Google just to me it strengthened it up. Like Google coming along and doing all this stuff, kind of knocked down the walls for better infrastructure, more support, like for other companies to come in and say we want to do this too. That's just my take on it. I never personally experienced Stadia myself, other than when it first launched.
Sure.
Not when it first launched, sorry, but when they launched it, and then they didn't need the hardware anymore. Just need a Google account.
Yeah, Google account or Chromecast. If you had a Chrome device, like they made it, and you would think like that's when really people were starting to get into those like Roku devices and Apple TV and Chrome. So
Correct.
It's like the idea being almost kind of like what Xbox is thinking about now. It's like getting away so much from the hardware and just having the ability to have the capability of putting their cloud services on other devices without you necessarily having specific hardware, it's just being available everywhere. So it's like they were trying to do that. It's just, and all they basically sum it up to, and so this is the article that we have here from The Verge, of course, and then Google shutting down Stadia. I mean,
Tom, who's the writer? Is it Not
So
Tom, right?
it
It's
wasn't
like Jay
Tom with this
Peters,
one.
Jay
It was
Peters.
Jay Peters and Alex
And
Kranz
Alex.
for The Verge. There's a couple other places that covered it as well too. But they have some quotes from the official Google statement from Phil Harrison, who is the VP. Well, he general manager over there for Stadia, but he's also like a VP there as well too. And I think he's got gaming history as well too. When they picked him up, as well, like he's been involved, I believe, with Sony in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's been in the gaming industry and things like that. But so they have like a little excerpt from here. So a couple of things just to kind of get them out the way. January 18, 2023 is when they're shutting down the service. And Google will be refunding all Stadia hardware purchased through Google Store, as well as games and add-on content purchased from Stadia Store. Google expects those refunds will be completed in mid-January. So
yeah, I looked into that, and the way they do it is it's automatic refunds.
Yeah.
If it can be automatically done, they're automatically refunding everything you just said. And I think I read something somewhere where if it can't be automatically refund for those customers, they are going to send like an email link, an email with a link in it that's going to direct them to more information so they can get that refund out there.
Right.
But it looks like they're giving. I mean, I've seen people already tweet what $2,000 has been refunded back to me. Obviously, those people are
because there were. I mean, there were people that were really heavily vested into.
This was their primary gaming device. Yeah. Like this was it. Yeah. So yeah.
And the reasonings behind it. So like here. So here's the excerpt they have here. This was from Phil Harrison. A few years ago, we launched a consumer gaming service, Stadia. And then he goes, and while Stadia's approach to streaming games for consumers was built on a strong technology foundation, it hasn't gained the traction with users that we expected. So we made the difficult decision to begin winding down our Stadia streaming service. So there's that. Now there's another caveat to that too. That I'm going to say at the end. It's the next sentence. Literally, employees of Stadia team will be distributed to other parts of the company. Normally, when you see like service, like and even like when you hear about gaming companies being like absolved or like shut down or things like that, it's like, okay, well, what are you doing with all the devs? Where are you putting them? Are you just is everybody getting fired? Like, what's going on? And the fact that they're actually absorbing their employees and they're just moving them into different parts of the company speaks volumes. So they're not like,
especially when you normally see things like good luck on your future endeavors, which is pretty much what comes out of these kinds of closings.
Right.
Google's not like they're literally absorbing it and moving people around their company.
Yeah.
Not, making sure that they still have work and they still have income coming in, that kind of stuff. It sucks.
Yeah, and I don't want to speculate. And I don't want to speculate because I don't want it to be like. But it definitely seems like they don't want any type of like. Obviously, the story itself is like negative, right? For because they launched the product failed, and now they kind of have to wind down the product. But the fact that they're I think they're just trying to avoid a lot of any type of potential litigation or anything that could come or any type of bad press that could come from like, oh, what are you going to do with everybody that worked on the project that you hired specifically to go and work on this? And then they're just kind of like jumping ahead of that saying, oh no, don't worry about it. Nobody's going, we're not laying off anybody. We're just taking whatever their skill sets were and we're moving them. Because listen, at the end of the day, it's Google. It's the Alphabet. Like they're literally, Alphabet company, Alphabet Soup. They're fucking huge. They're massive. This is
I mean, they're one of the companies that anchored down Silicon Valley out there.
Yeah, man.
That's a thing,
So it's definitely good to see that the people, at least from the team, are being reassigned into different parts of the company for sure. And the fact that I guess they didn't have to give back people's money and stuff, but I guess because it just hasn't been long enough and they just figured, screw it, this is probably better than a class action lawsuit,
Yeah, they didn't have to, but at the same, it's one of those things where it's like, and I don't know nothing about litigations and how lawsuits happen, all that kind of stuff. But think about it, where like we spoke about this, where from that kind of perspective, would it be cheaper to just go ahead and refund everybody out than just go through all the litigation processes,
paying for the lawyers to go through
and all these woodwork kind of but this happened to me and that comes out like you have to pay for that. It's like you know what? Let's just refund the money. Google can probably brunt the cost of that. Like they rather take that loss because they'll probably blink and make that up in a second, anyways. But it's one of those things where it's like, let's go that route and try to make a good thing out of something bad. Is all I can think of what Google's doing, because it's bad all the way around. I mean, they launched this thing, like you said, it failed for whatever reason, whatever narrative is out there, it failed, and now they're saying, you know what, we're gonna close it down and we're gonna refund the money. For me, I stick more to the employee side of things because it's in this day and age with the economy and everything, that's important. So I'm happy to see that they are absorbing that and moving people around to have work. That's always a big plus for me from a shitty story shutdown. but also the refunds. Those are the two positive things I can take out of the story,
Right.
which I'm happy that Google at least went that route and didn't become, didn't want to be that shit company goes, you know what? We'll just be toxic all
Yeah,
around.
you
We're not
bought
only
our
going to
shit.
shut
Yeah,
it
you
down.
bought our shit. You
Yeah.
bought these games and stuff like that.
You've played it.
But
What else do you want?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, SOL. Sorry guys. Yeah, it didn't work. You're SOL now. It's like no,
Mm-hmm.
they're like they're once again heading that off. So, and I guess the part where you were talking about how did you see this coming? Did you see it's like obviously they're claiming they didn't have the same amount of traction and stuff like that. With the popularity that it has been coming with mobile gaming space and cloud gaming as of late, and then you don't hear the talk of Stadia. Like, I mean, I guess it was telling, and I didn't even pick up on this, but
Yes.
when Logitech G handheld was announced, and they, and who's mentioned? Xbox is mentioned, and
Xbox,
Nvidia's
GeForce
meant,
Now.
and GeForce Now, and who's not
Mm-hmm.
mentioned? Google Stadia.
Google,
So it's like,
which is like, oh shit, what
and
the
that's
hell? Like, yeah,
and that's an
yeah.
Android device. Google makes Android. Like that's like what I mean. If anything, it would almost be the Stadia should be fucking
Well,
embedded
part
in
of
a
me
device
tells me
like
the
that.
reason they probably didn't even mention Google is because they probably already had the
Well, they
inside
knew this was
information on them
coming.
closing
Yeah,
out. Yeah,
well, that's what
yeah.
it was. They already everybody people knew that this was coming. It's just everybody
Well,
was
they
pretty
probably approached
tight-lipped
each
on it.
other at the table and said, "Look,
Sure.
don't worry about it. We're about to announce something. You don't really want to announce us on part as part." It was probably something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I like. I know there's a lot of negative out of the story, and there's a lot of narrative that come out of it. But I
Oh, it's
like seeing the
crazy. I've
positive
seen
and
some
stuff, and
crazy shit.
yeah, I've seen very crazy shit. But I like, if you guys know me, I like sticking to the positive side of shit. Always looking
Absolutely.
for the like
Glass
what's the
half.
good
Glass
part
half
of it.
full. You
The
know.
glass half full is how I like to go about everything in life. And this is good. I mean, as far as the employees being restruck or what they call it, reshuffled, and then the money given back to everybody is a good thing, especially in the technology field, because we all seen it, man. When stuff closes down, not just the technology, anything, Toys R Us, for example, like when stuff closed down, you lose your job. There's no, oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
relocate. No, you lose your job. But Google's big enough to absorb all this and still have these employees working in a different sector of the company. Bay doesn't mean it may not be in the gaming space where they wanted to be at. However, at least they're going to have from what I can see, income still coming in. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
These people have
Absolutely.
family.
So they updated the article September 29th at 2:05 p.m. I guess they asked Microsoft for comment, and Microsoft declined to comment. Because I
Right.
mean, and I only say that only because like we just mentioned, like Xbox Cloud gaming, or
Mm-hmm.
X Cloud, as we refer to it and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I mean, it technically it's competition. It's
Well, it's
it's
like I
not,
told
you
you,
know what I mean? It's like,
things gotta learn how to crawl and walk before they run.
yeah,
And it's unfortunate, but Google's gonna be that stick in the mud where it's like, okay, because they're crawling and they're walking there, and the way they did things, it's should be used as a teaching method for future companies trying to get into the space, such as Microsoft and Amazon and Nvidia. Like, take this as a lesson learned. What steps were taken here that we can use and not use. So this is always a good teaching moment, a good milestone in the cloud gaming space to move on, because it all started again. On Live was the very first one. A lot of people don't remember that.
yeah.
A lot of people don't remember that moved on, and Google, for whatever it may be, was the most stable for me, from what I read and seen and stuff. It was a real stable cloud gaming. It was really stable. It was really good to use. It didn't feel like you were playing on some internet service and all that, from what I read and what I've seen from people that did play it. And we know people in our lives that actually ended up buying the hardware and loved the Stadia. Not just because it was something new or something gimmicky, but they loved it and it was their primary gaming space.
So
So yeah.
I have the Stadia announcement FAQ. This was like a more like kind of like, I wouldn't say in depth, but just kind of like, hey, if you're a Stadia and I don't think we need to go over point by point, but the information is there. If you were a Stadia user and you're listening to this podcast, as well, it's tagged in that article as well. From
Mhm.
The Verge as well, but they kind of go over some of the points that they addressed in the article as far as like what's going to happen to game progress. Well, if you were playing a game that was cross progress, like i.e. Destiny, for example, because I mean, there were people, you come to find out there were people that are exclusively playing Destiny 2 on Stadia, and it's like, oh wow, that's nuts. But
Yes,
it's like,
yes, 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 yes.
cross progression is there, so obviously your game save will go over. Things about refunds, and when they talk about hardware, they're basically saying that you don't have to, right here, do I have to return my hardware to get a refund? Most hardware purchases, Stadia Controller Founders Edition, Premier Edition, and Play and Watch Google TV packages made directly from Google will not be need to be returned. So, and I guess here they say here more details on how to obtain a refund for your Stadia hardware purchases will be posted here in
It's
the
cool.
coming
Keep
weeks.
your hardware. We don't want the hardware. We
Exact.
just
Well, and
want to give
here's
your money
but
back.
here's another thing, and I don't have the article up here now. I could probably search for it, but there was an article that came out that said that the Stadia controller is about to become like a significant part of e-waste unless Google pushes an update to it in the coming weeks before they shut down the service completely. Because right now the controller that's used for Stadia can
Only
only
for
be
Stadia,
used
right?
for Stadia, but I guess there's Bluetooth functionality. So if they did a patch update, and I'm sure there could be
What
workarounds for it on PC, like
I was gonna
driver
say
updates
with all
and
the
stuff.
good stuff with all the good moves they've been doing since they announced the closure of this
But I
and the
don't want to say that they're
sunsetting.
gonna do it. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
already
yeah.
that's where, because they don't address it here. They do not address it here where it's like, oh hey, what if I have a controller and I want to use it for Steam or something? You know
True,
what I mean?
true,
So it's like
true.
that's not addressed
See,
here.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that
Uh-huh.
controller can only be used on just the
For
Stadia itself. I thought it was
specifically
a
for Stadia.
Bluetooth, technology you could
But
use
I
on
think it is. But I
PC
think
on.
it's just right now only hardware, only like I guess made specifically to connect and work with Stadia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, which is also very interesting as well. And then I don't think there was much. I mean, obviously Phil Harrison, so Vice President General Manager of Stadia. I read that quote from him. And I'm just trying to see here because
Dude,
they kind of
his track record is funny
yeah.
business, man. I don't know what's going on
I
there, but
mean,
yeah, he doesn't have a good track
at
record.
at the end, I think this is what I read. I guess we could kind of leave it on here because there's other things that kind of spawn off from this that we're going to touch on as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But here he goes, for the Stadia team, building and supporting Stadia from the ground up has been fueled by the same passion for games that our players have. Many of the Stadia team members will be carrying this work forward in other parts of the company. We're so grateful. So many of the Stadia team members will be carrying this work forward in other parts of the company. So like
What does that
obviously,
mean?
well, so here's the thing. So like, okay, so they no longer have like the streaming game service, right? But they
Right,
know
right, right,
that
right.
there are people like Xbox, Microsoft, for example, that has xCloud. Right now, the Xbox app is available on Android devices, on iOS.
Ah,
But like,
gotcha.
imagine like if they ever decide to make like a native, like a straight up native app that you could just, instead of going to the web browser, like I think on the iPhone, there's no native app that you could go and get like Game Pass or xCloud on it. I think you actually have to still go through the website and log in remotely that way, like cloud gaming. I think
Yeah.
like potentially, you never know, we might see like a native app come, maybe to Android that they could help on, or something like that. But also too, just because you're shutting something down now doesn't mean that you won't come back to the space after the fact if you go back and put it back in the lab and work on it. And then when the next time you come out with it, it's more modeled closer to maybe what your competitors were doing, or something that might catch the eye of somebody where, they offer something that might be of value to a consumer. You know what I mean? Because that's pretty much what I mean. There were people that were looking for this, but just not enough people specifically for or for Google. And I don't know if that was just a lack of offering or what it might have been. Like they kind of just leave it up there, but they basically say, hey, listen, we didn't have the numbers, you know. But I thought that was interesting because they're kind of leaving it a little open ended with that part. He finishes by saying, we're so grateful for the groundbreaking work of the team, and we look forward to continuing to have an impact across gaming and other industries using foundational Stadia streaming technology. So, basically just using what they learned from the Stadia project and seeing about implementing it in other aspects of the business, is
Mm-hmm.
how I see that there. But yeah, man. So
Insert the joke. All 5 people getting the money back. No, I'm just playing.
no, but that's what I mean. So, and that goes back to what you were saying. It just might be more cost effective to just fucking pay
Yeah, yeah.
everybody the fuck off and
I mean, the
just
jokes
say,
are out there.
"Yo,
The jokes are so out there. Like with the whole, well, yeah, of course they give you their money back. There was only like 7 people that bought it. Like that's not much. It's like, yeah, it's still
yeah,
thousands of dollars they're giving back. Like that's a lot of money. Like it's still money they're giving back. So, on a story gone, that has a lot of negative around it. Kudos on Google for at least doing that kind of stuff, man.
yeah."
And doing,
Holding down their employees of the project,
yeah,
and
yeah,
at
yeah,
least holding down the consumers that listen, that invested in it at its
correct.
infancy and stuff like that, and that supported it as a consumer, and the fact that you just didn't get left, fucking out there
Mm-hmm.
with your hand, just holding out your hand, being like, all right, now what, like, you know. So, but like I said, I don't know if that's so much of Google trying to be like motives aside. I guess that's how you have to look at it, like motives aside, because from a business perspective, it probably just makes sense for them to just fucking, make sure they give everybody their money back and just call it a day, like literally all the way around.
They had those meetings
because you know who made their money technically, like who still technically worked out, the publishers, like publishers, as far as like offering, like publishers still got. Well,
Ubisoft is trying to figure something out where they're able to bring over whatever Ubisoft games you played on the Stadia. Bring over those profiles over to like just to
with UB Connect, Ubisoft Connect, so
they're trying to work around that. So that's another win right there if they can figure that out.
Yeah. So I have this up now on the screen because this was the transition I wanted to go to. So based on mobile gaming and the cloud gaming perspective. So this was literally just, I think it says today. So this article, just from a time perspective, this was the day before that Google article came out. So the day before that came out, Verizon had put this out, and this caught my eye. Somebody had posted this on Twitter, and I think Razer had put something out, but there's more coming. So Razer's actually doing a streaming device.
With 5G.
And that's the thing. And the 5G is actually backed, at least here in the States, by Verizon, which is as far as when it comes to like 5G service and stuff like that, it pretty much like I don't know if you were to rank. It really does depend on what area of the country you're in, right? In the U.S., but Verizon, you would look at Verizon 1, AT&T 2, T-Mobile 3, or swap AT&T. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could almost like intermingle them more or less, but Verizon has a pretty strong service, especially with 5G.
I understand that 5G is literally you can have that in your home as your home
internet now, and they speak about that here in this, and there's a lot of things, but the only thing that I obviously wanted to touch on outside of this was this right here: world's first 5G gaming handheld. So Razer's out here and they're saying, okay, we see what you're doing, Logitech. Obviously they see the Switch, obviously they see the Steam Deck. And they're like, listen, here we go. Verizon, Qualcomm, Razer introduced the world's first 5G gaming handheld built on the Snapdragon G3X Gen 1 gaming platform. So this is a mobile chip that was designed specifically for gaming and have the ability, obviously, to carry 5G signal as well, too. So, Android handheld, so, very similar to, obviously, what Logitech's doing. Biggest difference, obviously, acting, they say right here too, whether they're downloaded to play locally, so this will have internal storage, and we're going to find out more information October 15th about this specifically, but October 15th for RazerCon, or streamed from your console, so remote play, so I'm assuming PS5 remote play, you know what I mean, remote play, Steam, where you could do like Steam remote play as well too, which is dope. So like this is, it's pretty interesting from that aspect, and then here, access directly from cloud. Okay, and then all over 5G ultra wideband. Now, and then that's the thing too. Like, if you want to kind of get an idea of like how much this could be potentially like a month. Think of like how much it costs for you to run a tablet on like a line. Like if you're in the States and like you have like a tablet that's like on 5G or something. So maybe $15, $20, $25 the most.
Probably 20, 25, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know who did this? And this is another thing too. When the PS Vita came out. Okay, just to kind of throw it real back. Yeah. When the Vita came out, okay, I was working for AT&T at the time. You could buy it through AT&T at the time. I ended up buying it off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And it came with the AT&T, but I ended up activating it. Everybody looked at me like I had three heads when I walked into the store, like because I worked at my AT&T store to go and fucking activate it. I went into work on my off day because that's how fucking sick of a gamer I was. And I literally just to go get the service turned on because it counted as a device add-on. Like, so I wanted to give somebody the credit. So I wanted to give somebody the credit of turning on the service. So they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, they had no idea what this was. And I was like, "This is a PlayStation handheld called the PS Vita, and it has 3G. Okay, it had 3G service, and the only thing that the
3G was the shit.
It was Wi-Fi, and the only thing that the 3G was able to do back then was just like you could message people, and like you couldn't fucking play
and connect to the internet. That's it.
Connect to the internet. I think I could browse or whatever, but it wasn't like it was any major like this. I think it was like 3G. It might have even been at the infancy of like 4G. But it was the funniest fucking thing because I still connected, turned it on, and I think I barely had used those features and stuff because once I got a car, that was it. I didn't need to worry about having a fucking handheld and sitting on a bus and playing something, But I remember that, so it's like and it's been a while since they've done like a device like that. Because now, like you said, when we've had this discussion about mobile gaming before, people just use their cell phones. Your wife, cell phone, and it's like, but
Well,
now
it's
it's
like
like,
remember the hotspots when they first came out? It was a device
yeah,
for it, and then the phone started doing the hotspotting, so there was no need for that device. And
uh-huh.
working in a mobile store was the hardest thing to sell, anyways, with that stupid hotspot. Because it's like my phone can do that. What? Well, why dedicate your phone when you could use this whole? It's like it was like a whole. It was funny trying to sell those things back in the days, man.
Yeah. But I mean, this right here, I'm interested to see what this price is looking at, if it's going to be competitive
Hmm.
with the Logitech G pricing.
Now
When
this is defaulted, right? 5G is default. There's no
Yeah,
like
it's the
Wi-Fi version,
no, no,
5G version, right?
it's Razer Edge. They're literally calling it the brand Razer Edge
So yeah,
5G.
there's no
There
default.
might
This is
be now. There
okay.
might be. Hold on, and this is something we could speculate on this a little bit. There might be a Wi-Fi only version that might be
Yeah,
anywhere from $50 to $100
to
less.
compete against the Logitech G.
Well, if they price, because this is how I'd figured they'd do it, right? So if I'm spitballing here, right, and I'm taking a guess, because we're gonna know this in literally 2 weeks. We're gonna know, a little under 2 weeks, at RazorCon when they give us more details on it. But let's just say they match that 350 price point with the Wi-Fi only version, and then they just say $400 for 5G.
50
I
more
don't,
get 5G.
50 more get 5G, or because I could see them doing something like that. But also too, like when it comes to internal storage, like is it going to be like around the 64 gigs? Are they going to do more expandable memory?
Expand no memory. Yep.
You could look to see what the Logitech G handheld did, and then kind of get an idea. But I'm just interested to see. And Razer too. Listen, I'm a big proponent of Razer. Not sponsored, by the way. I wish, but not yet. Maybe one day. I don't know. So somebody send this to them. See what happens.
Speak it into existence.
Well, because I got my Razer, and just to shill a little bit, my Razer mouse fucking light pad that's glowing up in my nice little green. My Razer Viper wireless mouse, okay, with the little stand that I put it on when I go to
Mm.
sleep. And it charges remotely, and the battery fucking on it lasts probably 2 days straight. If I was gaming for like,
Oh, that's a beautiful
yeah,
thing.
no, it's nuts. It's ridiculous. But I charge it every night too, so I never have to worry about it running out. And then my Razer Huntsman keyboard that my dad got for me, like a year, 2 years ago, roughly. Mechanical switches, and it just fucking love it. Like it just, so I'm all Razored out, and Razer headphones that I'm talking on right now. So yeah, I'm a shill. But this, I mean, I could potentially see this like build quality and things like that. Like I'm very interested to see what this actually could potentially amount to. I'm looking here. This is like blurred, zoomed up shot. Looks like that's like a little outlet for like a speaker cut, maybe, but
Hmm.
a raised D-pad that's kind of rounded a little bit. Wonder how that feels. Hopefully the sticks are offset. The
Right.
sticks,
Because
like,
all we see is that one blurred up top. We don't know
yeah,
what the right one looks like. Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully the sticks are offset. But that could be interesting to see. Especially if it's gonna do. Excuse me. If I'm gonna be able to get access to, obviously cloud gaming, on the go, or even do like the remote. If I could just sit in my bed and then just do like the remote play from like Steam and shit, and start playing my Steam games just
Start playing
remotely, like
Steam
on
games.
that, like
Oh yeah.
I'd be
And
really,
you got
and
a
then
huge library.
it's
Pause.
what I'm
But yeah,
saying.
you
Yeah,
got a
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And that's and the fact too, if it's Razer, their Razer phones that they've done 120 hertz phones. Like, because I think that's also standard now too on a lot of new
Well, see,
phones.
that's what 5G can do.
Android.
That's what opens up with 5G. That stuff opens up. Like the better frame rates, the more stable frame rates,
Yeah,
the better stable on the online gaming. Like that 5G is strong. Like it leaps and
yeah,
bounds from 4G. I know we always go,
yes.
3G, 4G, 5G. What's
Mm-hmm.
next? 6G? No, but 5G literally
It's
is a
crazy.
leap and bound from 4G to 5G. Like it powers your home,
Yeah.
like I said earlier,
Yep.
with internet.
If you're in a market that has 5G and you have a 5G capable device, like, and you're going around, like for me, it's in a lot of the bigger cities out here in Connecticut. Um, Even when I'm around, like you drive into town and stuff, and then you're like, holy shit, my phone's like, and then you run the speed test, and you're like, wow, this is nuts. Like I
Yeah,
have fiber at home, and then it's like when you're on the go, it's like I can't believe my
5G
phone's that
service
fast,
is the MIMS on 5G services are faster than what I have as cable internet, and
which
that's an
is
option,
wild.
a
That's
choice that I have. I
wild.
got up to 500 MIMS, but with 5G you get a lot more than that. And that is, I'm telling you, I see marketing advertisements all the time from T-Mobile,
Yeah.
Verizon, AT&T to have home internet with 5G powered, and it's as simple as buying a device, and like nobody has to come to your house. You just fucking plug it up. You got internet in your house. It's just that badass. Like, oh, okay.
Yep.
But this is cool, right? This here, it's really good. And Shinrock is saying there better be a Wi-Fi version.
That's what I'm saying.
I would almost
I'm
assume they would do that.
Yeah.
Because you want to have choices. You want to
But
have options.
I mean, multiple screens, but you got to keep it simple, right? You can't. I don't. I think I really think the only difference between the two devices should just be that one Wi-Fi, one 5G. That's it. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's it. But if they're able to
use it too much, yeah.
Yeah, if they're able to stick around that same price point and still, I'm telling you, it's the same thing with, because a lot of people that get their Steam Decks, they're really liking their Steam Decks. But the fact that they could have this alternative space, you know what I mean? Something that they're very familiar with. Not to say that people don't know how to use like a Steam Deck or something, but the UI, because it's Android, something that people are very familiar with. Have that ability to download, Android apps, still play Android, games on it, but then also have that capability of playing things like GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming, and then as well as any other service that they have, or even the remote play services for potential, like connecting it to your PlayStation, connecting it to Xbox doesn't technically offer remote play now, right? Or do they? I forget.
No, they do. You can do remote play.
So remote play from the Xbox, and then also, or just cloud gaming. That's another thing too. It's like seeing, or if you could just cloud game right off of that, and then just seeing how the performance is, how the screen is, because it's like that could be really cool, especially if you're in household. It's like it's getting that Switch feeling. It's like you got your Xbox plugged into your TV, but your wife and your family wants to watch TV. You don't have a gaming setup. You don't have a dedicated gaming setup. You have your Xbox hooked up to your home theater system, right? So then, you got the family that just want to watch something. It's like, well, wait, I got this little handheld here. It's like, I go play my game and I don't got to worry about that. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like,
right.
I can just go do my own thing while everybody watches, whatever movie they want to watch, and call it a day. So it'll definitely be interesting to see
the
what it
mobile
looks
space
like.
is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting,
man.
It's up to us as consumers to vote it in and vote it out. But at the end of the day, these companies are getting involved very heavily, and you're starting to see it these last few months with the showcases and everything from everybody, that mobile gaming is a thing. I keep repeating myself when it comes to this, man. This is why purchases like Activision with Microsoft, the King Games part of it, is a huge part of that acquisition, because the mobile space is, whether you like it or not, I know we're all hardware gamers, like we play on consoles and PCs, but at the end of the day, there is a huge amount of gamers out there, such as my wife, who play on their handheld devices. They play through the phones, the tablets, these type of, like the Switch is also a mobile tablet if you undock it. So there's a lot of space for this. And as a gamer and loving that the space is growing, I love seeing shit like this, man. I love seeing that more and more companies getting involved in the mobile side of things, because it is gaming at the end of the day. It's still gaming. No matter how you game, it's always a pleasure to see that they are trying to be inclusive with gamers. Like, again, my wife, who can't even use a controller. It's a learning curve there. So for her, playing COD mobile on the phone is a lot easier than playing COD on a console with a controller. She's tried it before, and it's like it's almost like watching people learn like how to walk for the first time. It's that kind of thing. Well, babies, I would say people, but babies,
I know what you mean.
People, But yeah. So seeing these type of news, Logitech G, and now with the Verizon 5G, can't wait to see more information on it. You said October 15th.
So I'm looking right now. I'm trying to game this out real quick. So we got a pod on the 9th. We got a pod on the 16th. So hopefully the week of the 16th we'll be talking about it. That'll be the week before COD. So yeah, hopefully, so we have something to talk about there. So
God, October's so jammed.
I know, man. I know.
Oh, October. We got animes, video games, movies. Because I think the Rock's movie, Black Adam, that comes out this freaking month too. So much in October.
It's a lot.
Now this
is a lot going on,
with the handhelds. It's crazy, man. But I'm loving it. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm loving this. I may not be a mobile gamer. I may not be the guy that plays on cloud a lot, like some people do. But this to me is exciting to me, like where the gaming space is going. It's getting bigger and more people are able to play it.
Well, that's
conversation we just had.
Yeah, we literally just had earlier in the show just about it just being more acceptable, people being like not just for the superstar athletes that are all gamers. And I mean, obviously that's a thing too. It's like almost every big athlete, especially coming up now, they're all gamers and stuff like that. Those are the ones getting invited out.
Now you're giving them an option to literally go to the locker room and play on a handheld device, a Halo game or. Just anything. It doesn't.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Mobile space has come a long ways, man. It came from playing the game Snake on your Nokia.
Shit.
Right? Remember that shit?
Yep.
Or Tetris on your Game Boy.
Yep.
So now we're literally playing AAA titles on your phone.
Straight up.
On your phone, you're playing a AAA. You could play Halo. You could play Forza. You could play Deathloop. You could play these things on your phone.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how far that technology has come. And when you game as long as we have, you learn to appreciate that sort of stuff, and I love it, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, let's see what else I got. So now here's the thing. So I'm gonna give you the choice. Do you want to jump into? Yeah, I'm gonna give you the choice. You want to jump into the next main topic, or I got like a little quick kind of offshoot one that it's a little curveball, but it's interesting.
Does it work? Does it work on streaming? The connection reception. I don't hear you. What?
Oh
what
my
you
God.
say? What?
Okay. All right. So, well, listen. I mean, I think you saw this already, but you know that there's a 2 terabyte version. I will just do it like this. You know, there's a 2 terabyte version of the Seagate Xbox Drive. Did you know that? Okay.
Yes.
That just came out, right? This is new.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's new. Yeah, it came out this year, right?
Well, I think recently. Like not like I think so. I have it up here on
the that little piece of that right. That's something that sticks to the back of your Xbox.
Okay. Or if we're gonna play like that. Yo, what up, Kill? Ink Studios.
Hey, there he is. Ink Studios.
We did the giveaway. We'll let you know later on who we gotta get that game over to. But once again, everybody shout out Ink Studios. He was the one that sponsored the giveaway as well too. So what up, boy, as well.
It's always weird to say his name. What up, boy?
What up, boy? Dude. So I remember we've had this conversation specifically before. It's like when they release like different versions, outside of the 1 terabit, like hopefully they can do.
Point
yeah. Is this okay?
Bro, no, it's not.
All right, I just want to know. Like, you have an Xbox, like you download a lot of games, and you have a 1 terabit expandable. I have the
1 tera. My son has a 1 tera.
So all right, so you have two. Yeah. So you have 2 terabytes basically on your Xbox.
In the house, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, like on your Xbox specifically, right? Okay.
Yes.
So a couple of questions. Would 2 terabytes like help you out? Do you see the need specifically like to actually have it like another one? Because I've seen a lot of the whole like I think even if you scroll down into this and you'll say people like I don't understand why people just don't fucking delete their games. Like, you know what I mean? Like I see a lot of that.
Okay, so there's like different ways to look at that. Like, okay, so deleting the game is an option. You can, which is what I currently do. I am conditioned.
That sounds like a pain in the ass, though.
Right. I conditioned myself to delete games and then reinstall them if I ever get back to them. Much rather already have it on a disk drive, so that way I can just go ahead and boop, I'm playing it without having to worry about downloading it. Because let's not forget, even though I and you or you and I have have internet connection, some of us have faster than others. It still have to waiting like that doesn't necessarily mean everybody has reliable internet service. So downloading a game
or unlimited internet. There are places that don't have unlimited internet.
Fucking nuts to me that we still live in that kind of space.
Like broadband internet, you know what I mean? Like at home.
Right. I would much rather play it off of the drive, so I won't have to worry about downloading and re-downloading. Unfortunately, I play too many games for me to say I don't want a 2 terabyte. I would love to have a 2 terabit drive, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I could do, I want one, but that price is just too steep for me.
Bro, $140 more. You got a 1 terabyte Xbox Series X.
It's nuts because the 512 went on sale a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
It was like a flash sale and it went away really fast. But it was a 512 Seagate for the Xbox, the same thing but 512, and they were selling it for I think $70. You can literally buy 3 of those and get more than 1 tera and still be under the 1 tera price. And then you come out with a 2 tera at 300 and
well, no. So technically, I just had the 1 terabyte up. It keeps changes because Amazon fucking sucks. Expansion card 2 terabyte. No, it was only $400. The listing price was $400. Supposedly, so Amazon's got this on sale for $359.99. That's wild, bro.
And that's with a 10% off.
The only reason why I say this, and I don't want to harp on the point too much, but I was just curious because it's like even if I went to freaking and I did a Newegg thing and I just said I need a 2 terabit M.2 because I do this right, so on 2 terabit M.2. And like I said, I'm not comparing just because I want to like shine light. I'm just because once again, I don't know. Microsoft doesn't control what Seagate fucking prices those cards at. This is one thing I kind of want to try. Like it's Seagate that's controlling.
Yes, Seagate controls that.
Yeah. So, I mean, even just like a basic like as far as performance, I'm not going to sit here and like this is a Gen 4 drive here from Samsung. They have this would be for a PC, $239 for 2 and so this is where that proprietary conversation, this is when that whole, it's only, and this is named, this is Samsung. This is when you want to talk about best of the best, like it's not, you're paying for name, like this is what you're looking at right here, because, 980 Pro M.2 PCIe 4.0, $240 for 2 terabytes, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then it would potentially be $120 more for that same amount of space for an Xbox, though. Like that's wild. And the games aren't getting smaller. Modern Warfare 2, like, you know what I mean? The games aren't getting smaller.
Beta itself on the Modern Warfare beta was like 200 or 100 and something gigs just the beta itself. I'm going, huh? Just a beta. And that was just a small slice of whatever they're going to offer at the end of the day. My whole thing is, man, it's one of the proprietary part. That part right there was, I understood the assignment when they first mentioned this Seagate when Xbox first came out.
Yeah,
I understood why they went that route, because you wanted something to seamlessly and organically work with the Xbox
and make it easy and end user. No, you don't got to take off. You don't got to take off. You don't got to take about the Xbox. You don't got to put in a very seamless.
I understood that. Yeah. I totally understood that, and proprietary, and they worked hand in hand with Seagate to get this to happen. But we're at the point now where these things are going on. What, the third year is going? Second year is finishing, going to third year of its cycle.
Yeah,
and it's still proprietary. Like this, it's not. It hasn't opened up yet. And transparency is key for me. They need to.
How long is that deal?
How long is
that deal?
You may not want to do that because legally, whatever the hell, marketing or whatever you want to call it. But as a consumer, it benefits us to know what's up with this. When is it? Because it just seems like it's going on and on and on. And $359 for 2 terabit when the market doesn't price it that high for anything else. And I get it. It works hand in hand with your Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
However, you can get an SSD external drive, download it on that, and play off of that. You may not get some of the benefits from it. I get that.
Well, that's a big thing too.
It's easy to just transfer.
Quick resume.
It's easy just to transfer from an external drive into your internal drive.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than it is to get a 2 terabyte. $359 Seagate.
Yeah.
Just to get that what, maybe 10 seconds faster or whatever.
Oh, the load time. Yeah, I know, the faster load times and things like that. I mean, and that's the thing, because it works off the same proprietary hard drive that is inside of the Xbox Series X and S. That's to allow you to do things like quick resume and stuff from an expanded, from an expansion slot, which is dope. Obviously, the fact that they were able to get a drive to do that, but because it's got all of that great features, they're able to basically charge whatever the fuck they want for it.
Yobi, I agree. A lot of us was asking for PC, PC kind of features for a console. I totally agree.
And they delivered to a certain extent.
None of us are asking for the console prices. We're asking for PC prices as well, because PC prices are not that expensive.
It's not comparable. It's not comparable, especially for that little. It's not comparable. I'm sorry.
It's not comparable at all. Like, you still got to make it comparable and compete in the same space you're trying to compete with. You still got to do that. Like, for example, the GPUs, the graphics cards that are coming out, they just announced. Those things are priced at a high, like ridiculously high. Why? Because we as consumers, we set that price. We told them when the pandemic was going on, we're okay with 3050s and all that. We're going to pay this much money.
Yeah, we'll pay X dollar for it. So then now, once the next generation of stuff comes out, and there's no longer that need to, like, everybody's not going quick, but everyone's still excited for the new. Just to say it that way, everyone's excited for the new. Okay, how much does the new cost? Oh, it costs this much. It's like, wait a second, that's more than what the last gen cost. Like, yeah, but guess what? We saw what you were fucking paying for the last gen from third-party people, and we weren't getting that money. So we got you.
I want to make it clear, Yobi. We're not complaining about the price.
No.
We want it to be comparable. Like, it needs to be. There's a market for it. I get it, but $359 for one extra terabyte is not. It's just
and
not.
And once
feasible.
again, and that's not. And once again,
realistic.
And it's also not. It's not Xbox's doing. I'm not sitting here.
It's not Xbox's doing.
This is Seagate, who, they make good drives. They're known as a hard drive maker and stuff like that. They have drives for both. They make drives for PlayStation. They make those branded drives that they sell.
The fact that you can't get no other device, no other like that same
does
thing
that
competes
it's only
against
Seagate.
It is why Seagate can do this.
And that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
No.
Man. I mean, would I want one? I absolutely want one. But the price is just too steep, man. And understand that I am fully knowing that this is a hobby. It's a space of a hobby. It's not a necessary thing. So I totally understand that. So I'm glad that I can say, nah, not for me until it drops. Hopefully it drops in the next year or so, because I would like one. But I'd rather much go out there and just give me an external drive and just deal with it that way, where I can just transfer it over back and forth, which only takes, a couple of minutes here and there. That's it. But yeah.
Well, no, but that's also, but I believe, yeah, but you're talking before an 8 terabytes. I just showed a PCIe Gen 4 drive, which would be comparable for a PS5 for $240. Not 1,000.
Correct.
That's yeah. No, yeah. If you want 8 terabytes on a PS5, God bless you. I mean, I don't have 8. I got a PC. Listen, my primary drive is 1 terabyte, and my backup drive is 2. So I got 3, but also 2. I don't just have I mean, granted, I have quite a few games installed, Steam library, Xbox library now with Game Pass. Like, that's another thing. I could open up real quick now and just the library of games that I have installed, because I have the ability to do that. But there's negative, like, the more shit that you have installed in the game, same thing, like with computers specifically, the less your shit like performs. So, but I
see, that's what my son has, Gogol, or I'm gonna say Poke. I can't say the first name. I'm butchering it, but that's what my son has. He has the 1 tera Seagate, and then an external drive. That's I think he has a 4 terabyte external, and this kid has everything already. Like, he doesn't have to worry about deleting or nothing, but he does worry about the transfer rate, which is faster anyways.
Kills, you remember when I had my Series S?
Yes.
I had a little passport, the Seagate, my passport, and it was
Seagate,
it was 2 terabytes. But same thing. It was like I was able to download shit on that, and then some games I played off of it, and then other games I would do the swap, because the S was only 512 gigs. So it was dope that I was able to download games on there and then swap it over for sure. And that was cool with that. But that's, like you said too, like, some people just really want the capabilities to have those fast speeds and have being able to do things like quick resume. But I also believe too, with my external hard drive, if I remember correctly, I was able to do on the games that allowed you to do quick resume, I was still able to do it off of that external.
That's what I'm saying. It was a hit.
It was weird, man.
Yeah, we didn't know what did it. Yeah. Was it first party that was quick resuming?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think there was certain first party games that would still. I was like, wait a second, I don't have that expansion slot drive. I just have a regular USB 3.0 drive. And they were like, oh yeah, no, but quick resume still works on it. I said, oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, cool. We're led to believe that the only thing that can work with the Xbox Series X are these Seagates, and it's unfortunate because, again, that contract is out there and it allows Seagate to price them at whatever they want to price them. And
I just saw that. It's that sticker shot.
Speak about it. We either say yes or no to it. I mean, at the end of the day, if people are buying it for that price, then for people like me who are not willing to pay that price, we'll just have to wait or find a different option. That's just how it.
Keep sticking with the one, because you got 2 slots on the back of the Xbox, right? I'm fucking buying another one. I'm waiting for the holidays. No,
it's only one.
I thought you get 2. You don't get 2 slots.
You get 1 slot in the back.
I see. I fucked up. I thought you actually have 2 slots back there.
I haven't looked at the back in a long time, but I'm assuming only one.
Listen, somebody. No, I might need chat to help me out. Yobi, come on, somebody look at the back of the Xbox.
Is it 1 or 2? I thought it was. Is it 1 or 2 in the back? I don't. Yeah.
Hey yo.
Yes, this is why I get involved in the whole look at the console and how ugly or cute it looks. I think it can't let that shit has been there plugged up, and all I do is play off of it. I can't let how it's designed.
So actually, it's funny. Does any of y'all wish that Steam was on Xbox to a certain extent?
To a certain extent.
That's
especially when you're like my son in Logic, who they had, and others who have
my library is crazy.
That would be so fucking amazing. Yeah,
my library is crazy to a certain extent. That would be interesting, but. See,
Eric, even Eric says, I think
he said that's E. That's E. That's E. That's E.
That's E.
That's E.
Motherfucker sneaking in here.
Yeah.
What up, E? Wait a minute. We just had a fucking Stadia talk. E.
That's E.
You getting your money back, baby? Talk to us.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Wait, he had to say. Yeah, see, yes.
Tell me you're getting your money back, bro.
That's E.
Shit. No, I'm at work.
Nah, I'm at work. Yeah, work. Listen
to that. You better get your money back.
He's at work supporting though. Shout out to you.
Yes, a Steam cross-platform app would be. Yeah, it would be very beneficial for people who
listen. You know what else I'd like on Xbox? To Boy's point, I'd like Ubisoft Connect, or I'd like UPay Plus.
I can't wait for that announcement.
Listen, you got me 2 games. So I got Origins on Game Pass now, and I got Odyssey on Game Pass. Not just for Xbox and for PC. So you just make that announcement and just give me.
We're getting to that point where everything we play on one thing. Like we're moving slowly to that point where just shit just gonna be played on anything. So
I'm hoping.
It's like, yeah. I mean that I hate to say this, but the hardware is in like 10 years, 10, 15 years will like probably be a thing that like just be a preference.
Yeah,
like, literally a preference
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I use Android Steam app a lot more than Discord sometimes. Yeah, no, it's actually.
Wait, Xbox already has Discord.
No, I don't know if he meant Android Steam app. The Android the Steam app specifically. Maybe just for maybe for messaging. He like friends list and things like that. Maybe
like the actual full suite.
Because I have the Steam. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways,
no, I don't think he knows that Discord is on Xbox. If you didn't know that, yes, it is on. It is a light version of it, but you can currently transfer your Discord call to the party chats on Xbox and continue being on Discord while you're on your party chat.
We can't do this with E Live because we'll be here for another 3 fucking hours trying to explain to him all the shit that he missed on. So E, we're gonna have to fill you in later on when you get out of work. All right, so just keep listening and
love you, E. Love you.
Hold your questions for after the pod, and I'll just and we'll talk.
That'll be our Patreon extra.
Yeah, we'll do our Patreon. Yeah, our Patreon show where we do 4 hours of just me, you, and E in a fucking party. Yeah.
Really? Even here? Damn. Oh man. Oh man, I love you.
Yo, listen, real quick. What games are you interested in this month, man? Because we got some bangers. Like, since we might as well just get into it. We got some bangers.
Depending on the platform of choice, but right now since we're talking Xbox,
since we're talking Xbox, like I mean, Xbox I got the dates up.
Man, you already know Modern Warfare. We already know,
and that's all.
So,
yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'll do it this way. Here's how I have, as of right now.
Your order of operations.
My order of operations. I have Scorn, which is now on the 14th. I'm happy
that got pushed up. Yeah, I got the little little trailer. That was pretty dope. I don't know if I'm playing that game because it's still kind of like it seems cool, but it's like, and I'm not like weird like about it because I played the Silent Hills and the creepy games before and stuff. I don't know though. It's like
I'm with you because I was not going to play it because the date it originally had. Other stuff coming out, but it moved to the 14th. It's on Game Pass.
I think I'm gonna try it. Yeah.
Right. So that's my order right there. So Scorn on the 14th, and then now that we're on the 20th, it's early access to the Modern Warfare campaign. That's definitely going to be a must for me.
Yes.
And the next day or the same day is going to be Plague's Tale on Game Pass. So that's going to be a battle there between those two games.
So they have 18th for Plague's Tale. Am I fucked up with that?
See, I keep seeing the 18th. So if it's the 18th, I mean, this is IGN. How recent is this?
Shit. They update. This is an article that keeps getting the
18th is even better. Because I could do 2 days of Plague's Tale, come back to it when I can, and then Modern Warfare will be attacked because once the 28th hits, you already know what's on. Like on the console primarily. Even Timber knows that's it going forward. But looking at this list, man. What are you looking forward to? Like, those are that's my right now. That can change at any moment.
I mean,
subject to change, right?
I'm just waiting. Subject to change. I mean, well, I was gonna say too. We got Gotham Knights on there, but that's October 25th. That one, that's the 21st. That's literally the day. That's what I mean.
And I'm saving the reward points for that. I'm saving the reward points for that shit right there. Gotham Knights. So I'm gonna get that.
Oh no! Wait a second. Hold on. Wait. Time out. We're gonna. I fucked up because I meant to mention this. Because now Yobi's actually in the chat. I'm going to read this real quick. Sensei, when the whole Hades situation with Logic, he DM'd me, explained it himself, and responded, and you still ain't send me the gamer tag. See, he's fucking out here leaking Thanks, Yobi, for leaking DMs.
He's leaking DMs, yo.
Like, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. He's leaking DMs. That's perfectly fine. Yes. Okay, so DM leak. So last week, we were talking about Hades. We were talking about it leaving Game Pass, right? Mm-hmm, and I had 48 runs on it. I never beat Hades. So there's the update for this, Yobi, because I got you. So, and you've seen the post, but I'm going to say it anyway on the pod now. So he hits me up, and, I was like, nah, yo, you don't worry, you know what I mean? Because I know how he is, because it's same thing. He did the shit with you, with the fucking, with the game. So, you know what I mean? So he did it. So I was like, all right, so I DM after. I was like, yo, nah, I didn't mean, I just, it was weird when people want to just, like, fucking get, he was like, nah, he was like, and so I said all that to him, and then he was just like, what the fuck is your gamer tag? And I'm like, motherfucker. All right, here's the game.
He don't give up. That motherfucker. This is part of why I love this dude. Like his word is bond. Like, he's one of those guys. Like, if he's telling you, I want to do this, I've learned now, and I think you have too. Where let him do it, because he will harp on it. Like, it's like, all right, bro. You know what? Go ahead.
So I sent him the game. I sent him the game tag. A couple minutes went by. Next thing you know, boom, get the Xbox message pops up. Oh, chosen one sent you Hades. I'm like, all right, man. So now I go in. So not literally like I think that night I played it, and I played like two. I think it was 2 runs I've played so far at that point, and I ended up clearing them. I ended up beating Hades. So I finally actually 2 runs into it after from when I reinstalled it and got back on, I beat Hades. 2 runs, that I think a run or 2,
baby.
A run or 2 after that, I fucking beat him again. And not only do I beat him again, I beat him again, and I did it 20 minutes sooner. So it took me 40 minutes 43 minutes on the first clear. I did it under 20 minutes on the second clear. And I had some crazy builds. So it was crazy. So I literally did my time in half. So now I'm telling Turpin this, and he's like, "You trying to speedrun me?" I said, "Why the fuck does it have to be a competition?" So now here I am on speedrun.com looking to see how to set this up, and I got the thing on my PC set up for splits. So it's a possibility. I won't say now in like the near future, but there's a possibility if I could ever figure out how to do this shit, I might be actually speedrunning, or at least, or maybe not so like streaming the speed, but speedrunning Turpin at least to try to see who clears faster. And see who could get it like a faster split, basically. So I think that might
type of game, right?
That might be a thing. That's literally yes. And he's only, and then we talked because it was me, Turpin, and our friend Spencer in a chat a couple of days ago, and we literally all had Hades on. It was like, oh, how many times did you run it? And they were talking to me, Spencer specifically was talking to me like he fucking ran the game, like he made it seem like he had like 100 runs on the game. Come to find out. Add up his runs, add up Turpin's runs, and I got more runs than them combined and doubled. Oh, like you'd have to add both of them together, but also too, but he's cleared it. So that's the thing. So I think that's what happened. I think Turpin cleared it, and he I think he uninstalled the game. But now I put the battery in his back because he saw me play it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he bopped Hades and pieced out. And here we are saying you got to beat him like 9 more fucking times to get the real story, right? So that was another.
Really?
You got to beat him like 10 times to get the full story.
Fuck.
It's wild. So that's another game. I'm sorry I didn't mention in my catching up thing, and I'm sorry I went on this little like excursion of topics.
Oh, you're good.
But I had to. But I saw Yobi mention that because it was true. That's another. Yobi. Once again, same thing. Like I think more akin to like your conversations when it came down to Elden Ring. It's a game that I never really saw myself playing, but now that I got into it, I'm definitely more. I would be more open to playing games of that type. Like, you know what I mean? I even talk about like things like Binding of Isaac and stuff like that. That's another thing. That was Heartbeat's bag and stuff like Binding of Isaac and shit. Even Turpin, I think he's played that as well too. But games like that where it's like, that heavy RPG or that roguelike thing, I would definitely be more open to games like that. But specifically Hades though, it's chef's kiss. Mwah. Fucking still amazing.
Look at
3, 2, 3
love
years.
it.
So
love
fucking
it.
good. So anyway, so back to this game.
Love it.
So back to what we're talking about with October. So yeah, Gotham Knights, dude, October 21st. I had to dude,
which I'm saving up points for that, but that's an amazing thing. I didn't even know New Tales of my dog's barking.
No, it's okay.
I didn't even know New Tales for Borderlands was being made. That's coming out October 21st.
Yeah,
I know it's being made. I just totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
So October 21st, Persona 5. Everybody's been the JRPG fans been asking for it. It's here. October 21st. I think we overlooked Overwatch 2.
That's Game Pass, by the way, too. That's another one.
Mm-hmm. That's Game Pass.
Oh yeah, Overwatch. No, Overwatch is 2 days and free to play.
2 days. Tuesday,
Overwatch,
right? Yeah, Tuesday.
Overwatch is 2 days free to play. I ain't buying that fucking season pass right away. I gotta, I gotta check it out because it's Overwatch. Listen. I think I was talking to Turpin about this and Jeremy last night we were playing League. It's fucking. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say it without playing it, but it's fucking Overwatch 1.5. They added 3 fucking characters and a couple of maps.
I didn't play Overwatch 1 other than seeing people play it, so I'm gonna give it a try.
They lowered it. It was 6 feet. So League of Legends, but it's a first-person shooter. So there's a better way, but it's a better way to explain it. But it's not so much League because it's a MOBA shooter basically. They took the idea of the MOBA, so of Dota or League, and they just said, but let's make it a shooter though. Let's give everybody classes.
Gotcha.
So it's very oriented of that. You can pick a support class, you could pick a dueler, you could pick, or even think of like Valo. Like think of Valo basically. Like you have an objective. What was the game mode? Remember what they did in Destiny when you jump back in and played it when you were playing because you played a little bit of the Witch Queen, right?
Yeah, they give you the first mission.
They had there's one public event that they make you do where you have to take one of the little triangles and you got to escort it through in the Shattered Throne, right? So that they pulled that right out of fucking Overwatch. That's literally an Overwatch game mode. Yeah, where you have to it's like protect the president, but you're protecting like a little vehicle that you have to escort from point A to point B. That's a mode. That's a mode that they have. And there's a few other ones that I remember too. I think they have traditional deathmatch, but it used to be 6v6. They lowered it back now to 5v5. Okay, and it's like, but that's the thing. And then they added a few more characters. So that I think for sure, because it's free to play, I guess.
In your opinion, it feels more like an update than it is a full-on sequel.
It's DLC, bro. That legit. When people talk about like it's DLC, but I don't want to speak on it like that just yet until it's the same thing. It's like I gotta play it. I gotta play it just to see if it's like if it really is different from what I experienced before. But my memory of it, and then from what I've been seeing. I don't know if it's so much different, and especially with all the other stuff coming out, and like Call of Duty and things like that, and even things that I'm playing and stuff like Valorant.
You know what's hilarious though?
Yeah,
I'm looking at Timber's comment. I was thinking some of these releases are all Game Pass. Pretty soon, these things are going to be called. It's going to be renamed from October 2022. Xbox Game Pass releases or games releases.
We could play a game. We could play a game with chat right now and see out of all the games that are listed here. Have chat see which ones are actually Game Pass and which ones are just straight up releases.
There you go.
Right, all right, because I'm good. I could name you at least. Well, I don't want to give a number, but I definitely have
of this list.
Of this list right here that we're showing IGN. And I don't know if this necessarily takes into account like indie or Xbox ID things like that. That's another thing. So this might be a little skewed, but dude, it's like when you look at this list, there's a handful of games.
You got Overwatch 2 free to play, right?
Right, but you can't. But I think there's going to be Game Pass tie-ins.
NHL 23 will be EA soon. I mean EA. Whatever, which is Game Pass. Well, but once it's launched afterwards,
after the fact.
Scorn is Game Pass. Plague Tale's Game Pass. That's not the same Warhammer that's coming. That's not the one that's coming.
That's not the one that's coming to Game Pass. Okay,
that's a different one. I didn't know about that one.
Isn't
Persona 5, Signalis, Gunfire Reborn? That's all Game Pass.
Here we go. Thimber's got it. Scorn, Plague Tale, Signalis, and Gunfire all Game Pass. Yeah.
All Game Pass. Yeah. And this is not even thinking some of these might even end up in Game Pass in the future. We don't. I mean,
absolutely.
Let's see. I can see. I don't know. I see Gotham Knights coming to Game Pass in the future. I do later on. That'd be great. I see Stadia goes. I did a video on that. That looks really good. Coming to Game Pass in the future. So I mean, there's plenty of games here in October, but I really really want to do a player pass type of thing. What do you think?
Well, so I was just going to ask you, right? Player pass for sure, but like, what's on this list right now? If you had like your on this list right now, must-haves like outside of Call of Duty because we're biased. We can't say we can't like if we're gonna look at this
Call
list.
Of Duty.
Like what's a must-have? What's the next game excluding Call of Duty?
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights is the must-have.
Like if I'm buying not Game Pass, but buying a game, it'll be Gotham Knights.
Gotcha. So right, because you already have COD. That's what I mean. Like you have COD. I have COD. That's right. So boom, Gotham Knights.
It'll be Gotham Knights. Yep.
For me,
that'll be the game.
For me, I love hockey games. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go to sports game because that's kind of cheesy. Gotham Knights, I definitely want to play. I just
co-op. It has co-op.
I've never played Persona 5. I think it's Persona for me. If that's not fair because that's coming to Game Pass. So I got it. Yeah. So you know what? Honestly, fuck. And then golf game. Yeah, I guess for me it's probably Gotham Knights too. Like if I'm looking at this list objectively, and I own COD, right? So another game that it's Gotham Knights for me.
And not to say that you may not play these other games, but like if you only had $70 to spend, only $70. Out of this list, like you already got Modern Warfare as well.
But we already have Call of Duty. So out of this list, $70, and it's game and not on the Game Pass thing. So take it out of the games that are not on Game Pass. So for everything else, it's Gotham Knights for me.
So yeah, you got Turpin saying Gotham Knights. You'll be saying Dragon Ball FighterZ. He's a big.
Well, that's not.
Well,
hold on. Well, he's just saying. Well, that's FighterZ, but that's not this. That's not Breakers. Breakers is that new weird shit that they're doing that I don't know about.
Oh, right. Why is not listed? Is that October?
Well, no, but But FighterZ. At one point, FighterZ was Game Pass. I think now it's actually just $16.49.
Oh no, I think he's saying that it's on sale $16.49.
Yeah, but it's also now. But FighterZ is also for those of you. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive it's Game Pass right now. I gotta look at the list. Hold on. Somebody correct me. Fighter.
fuck breakers.
That's what I'm saying. See, so he's cultured. Okay, this is what I'm saying. That man's it's not like Buddha. Yeah, he's cultured. Just saying. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. Sorry, Yobi.
Fuck. I didn't. My bad. I didn't.
Yeah, that's not me.
I haven't had a talk with the bot yet.
Yeah, that's kills. Yeah, Ultimate Edition comes comes with everything. Well, that's the thing. If that's the Ultimate Edition for $16, that's pretty dope. Wait, because that comes with all the. That's another thing. I don't have
the Ultimate Edition for $16.49.
Because it's been out now for quite a while. But this is I
understand that.
So Steam. So this would be dope because I have the Steam. I own the Steam version of the game, but I don't have all the characters. So this got. Here, what do you say? The bot can kiss. Damn, I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, well, listen. If the bot times you out again, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing up front. Okay, no, we're good. Bot can kiss my rear end. Beautiful. All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
That's like a diss from like.
I'll fix that. Sorry. I'll have a conversation with him after the pod.
That's literally something that you would hear like Fred say on like that '70s show. That's literally like. Anyways, I don't know if people are gonna get that one.
Yeah. That's, again, we have these references sometimes that depending on where you're from and
how old you are and how old you are.
Yeah.
Dude,
go over your head.
So, and you know what? I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Oh no, that's November. Sorry, we'll talk about November when we get closer to November. But just staying with October, and then I'm just trying to see if there's other games like just so we're not super,
Before we move on, Joshua said, "Question is it worth my Microsoft or just Microsoft point?" Yes, absolutely, because I can get those back really, really fast for buying Gotham Knights.
Shit. I mean, listen. If you're fucking Nick and you could just, you sitting on 125,000.
Shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Replay Mondays over there. They're holding it down. Fucking 120.
Speaking of shows, thank you for the recommendation.
You know what? I sound jealous when I say that, though. I'm sorry.
No. And I want to thank him for the recommendation on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Always Sunny in
Philadelphia. Never watched that show, and I've been binging the shot that show.
Look, see, even Joshua, 45K. I'm just saying. It sounds like what you were sitting on. Listen, for a time, you're Captain fucking sign in and same thing. Captain sign in, don't log on, like appear offline.
Captain offline, Captain
offline,
rewards.
Captain rewards. That's your drums that you fucking bang on a weekly basis. You know
when
my
Xbox turns on, the very first thing I do before I touch any gaming or any party chat,
what's the point? What's the point? Let me get my point.
Where my points at? Let me get my. You always hear me say that shit too. Got my 150 here, and I'm always tweeting, "Hey, new month." 2,000 points available. Let's do this. Yeah. Like if it's available to you, do it. There's no reason why. It's free. It's free money. Microsoft gives us that you can buy. Literally, I think Larry Herb tweeted this out. I believe recently where he said you can literally buy hardware, games.
Yes.
You could buy movies and rent them or buy them. You could buy food with it.
Yeah, anything in the Microsoft ecosystem. Yeah, you can get gift cards. You could literally redeem gift cards. And I think that was one thing. Like, I think when Nick posted that on Twitter, because he showing like the pizza thing or something like that he had that many points. It's wild, but that definitely covers.
I bought Domino's with it before. I literally bought Domino's with it.
My brother, same thing. I think he redeemed his. I want to say he redeemed his for COD. I know a lot of you guys do it for Game Pass, but yeah.
I do it for Game Pass still, but lately I've been good on my Game Pass subscription, so I'm not using that.
Yeah,
I've been saving up for the Gotham Knights game.
Yep,
but
there you go.
No, man, you could do Uber Eats, fucking DoorDash. Like if you use that service, you can use it towards that. Boy's asking, wait, those some.
No, so the Ubisoft. So for Ubisoft, does it
work with Ubisoft Club?
No. Or Plus, I don't know if any of these games. I'm not 100. I would have to look to see.
You buy the game in the store. If it's a UB game, you can buy the store at the points by redeeming them.
No. I don't, wait, hold on. Some of those, no, but he's asking. He's not asking that. He's asking specifically. Some of those games work with Ubisoft Club. I'm assuming you're referring to the games that are on the screen, right, boy? I think he's talking about the games that are listed here, but I don't know if any of these games are here specifically from Ubisoft. I have to double check.
Ubisoft game there at all.
Yeah, he's referring to the games here. Yeah, no, I don't know if any of these games here would be coming to Ubisoft Plus. Sorry,
Josh. You can buy the new Logitech handheld. Yeah, you can. You really can. You go to the store and redeem your points, obviously for the gift card, and go to the store and go to town. You can buy yourself a handheld with it if you can save up that much point, or discount it. Like you can use the whatever amount of points you have and use it as $25, $50, $100, whatever you got, and discount it.
Shin said he got controllers with his Microsoft points. That's what I'm saying.
I've got plenty of controllers with my damn rewards. A lot. Which, by the way, I'm using on Paw Patrol. Fuck that game. God damn it. Fuck. achievements on that shit is stupid. All right. Yeah.
They were this. Xbox owners won't have to look hard to find new exciting games to play in October. True. Gotham. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen.
Oh,
so I
Game
think,
Pass is where it's at in October.
So I think the game. See, because it's gonna depend on how long it takes you to run through a Call of Duty campaign. Because I mean, I might just be like
Well,
no
they
life.
stick to tradition. It's probably like what, 5 hours, 6 hours, or less than
Well,
that.
that was well. I think
if you're a completionist, it'll be that long.
Well, Vanguard was like kind of small in that aspect, but I think it was like wasn't wasn't 2019 a little bit longer than that? I think because that was the whole point.
2019 was about
same
6
thing
hours.
With Colt. Was 2019 only 6 hours? If you ran
if you ran through it, 6 hours, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if it's
longer,
anything around that,
I did all of it, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so 6 hours. So yeah. So for me then probably I know I said I would definitely want to play, but as far as looking forward to just play off of here, obviously outside of Call of Duty, Persona 5.
Probably this really doesn't matter to me once Modern Warfare drops.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to say that, but yeah.
No, not that the games on this list are bad. I'm just saying we're COD.
We're COD people. Yeah, we're COD people.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Even that Ghostbuster looks interesting to me. But yeah.
Well, does it look interesting for you because achievements?
Yes.
Okay.
Short answer.
I was gonna say it's like because you look at this and you don't see Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, you just see 1,000
Ghostbusters Achievements Unleashed. That's what I see.
You say is it worth to buy Borderlands? I think if you're that's a Tales game. So if you're into the Tales series, but I think Tales because it's Tales from Borderlands, right? So of that same,
it's the Tales series. It's
Tales series.
If you've played any like Walking Dead or any kind of Telltale games, that's that kind of board. It's not a Borderland that we like, not the actual.
It's not like traditional Borderlands,
yeah.
It's more. It's from the Telltale series, but I think if you're into those type of games, then it would probably be worth for sure. New Tales from the Borderlands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're into that,
they do some good games.
The storytelling in that, the way the games play, the way it plays out too, because they're also very story driven. Obviously, those games.
Sure, the Walking Dead ones are mostly on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's pretty dope actually when you think about it.
I think they're all on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken. All the Telltale Walking Dead are all on Game Pass if you want to try that out. If you are thinking about buying the Tale from the Borderlands, play those type of games first and see if that's the type of game you like, and that should help you with your decision.
I think, if anything, not to get all kind of crazy with it, but I think real quick, just 2022 has been like, I guess, an opening year as far as like when it came to gaming. I think from even me and you, just like opening us up to other genres of gaming outside of what, because like it sometimes it sounds like I'm a one trick because my gaming style, I prefer to play games with people. So I also like competitive games. Of course, BR and things like that. So I like the multiplayer aspect of games, me personally, more so than single player games. But I do enjoy single player games from time to time, of course. But my go-to will always be multiplayer games because I can play with other people or play against other people. But just even playing games like Hades and things like that. But I think for you, one of the bigger ones, even to drive that point home, was being Elden Ring.
Elden Ring was the biggest one for me this year, man. As far as like just overall fun factor and the challenge of it, and just the weapon crafting and how to approach each boss. It was just it's gonna be one of my top games, if not the top games, for a very long time. And especially since it's in that genre, that whole what's that called, the roguelike genre.
The roguelike genre.
So it's
sort of roguelike-ish.
Huge.
Yeah.
To get me into that kind of gaming it's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I have here for this is specifically PC, so this list might be a little bit more fuller, I should say. If you're looking at it for Xbox.
On that list from IGN.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, no, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, Scorn's right there.
Oh,
I see. This is specifically for Game Pass, just to kind of Scorn 1014, and all of these too. I think they allow you to so Scorn pre-install, Plague Tale.
These are Game Pass, right? Yeah.
Pre-install game P5. Let's pre-install as well too. 21st. The Legend of
Life.
Yeah. I gotta look. I didn't see this so far. I don't know. Is this?
I think we posted it on Discord. Your brother did.
Yeah.
A trailer of it. So if you guys are interested in what this game is, there is a trailer posted on Discord for it under the gaming news. Yeah. It's Draven posted it on the 30th. It's the art style I like. I like the art style, but it's an ID and Xbox game.
I think it's not showing because I got OBS on, and it won't. And it thinks like I'm gonna like record it.
Oh, the game,
yeah.
No, but if you want,
I could
the
probably
trailer
just
is literally in the gaming news.
Oh, is it really?
Like, yeah, your brother put it up on gaming news. It's like the second poster.
Shout out to the Discord and shout out to Draven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, this is what I mentioned. This is what I mentioned before too. Like that list, that IGN list, doesn't mention like ID and Xbox games. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. But this is the legend of Tien Ding. I'm probably butchering that name, but Tien Ding. I like the art style, so it looks really fucking interesting to me.
Well, Yobi say Sensei. Oh,
50 blood. Oh,
wait. Has Yobi?
Oh,
has
how
he
much?
Ever, hold on, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Yeah, how much? And have you ever played Blood on the Sand? Because that, for its time, that shit was.
I remember
insane.
him saying he did. I remember saying he did. But I'm interested in how much he got it for and where did he get it from? Because that shit is rare right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can imagine. It's of the same thing like when you try to find like a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game for PS2 in the wild. You know what I mean? eBay 60.
And yes, I have it.
Oh yeah, nah, that game is goated.
That game,
it's goated.
It's so goated. It's so goated. I love that game, and especially since they added to the backward the whole. I think they gave it the FPS boost or the what do you call it?
And his music is in the fucking game, literally. Like I mean, you couldn't play that game on stream because you'd be DMCA'd, but you know, bought it from a dude in Canada. Canada.
That's right. Shout out to Joshua, Canada.
Canada.
Canada. Yeah. So man, I mean, $60 not bad. I've seen it for go much higher. The game is awesome. But this is
I didn't watch the show when Draven posted it, but this is interesting.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, I like the art style of it, man.
Oh, look, the whole comic book, like.
Doesn't he look like what's his name from Street Fighter, the main Bison?
Okay.
Yeah. I love the art style.
120 frames per second. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, but I need somebody to explain this to me. Was this a roguelike or is this because they got like boss rush? So definitely.
I forgot. There's a game.
Or is this just considered like a Castlevania, like a Metroidvania kind of game? Because that's like
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even begin to explain.
Where's Draven when you need him?
Where's Draven when you need him? I know, right?
Or chat. Anybody in chat? Is this Metroidvania? Or is this roguelike?
21.9 ultra widescreen. But look at the way it plays like a comic book.
This is right here. This Kill for Cash is his fucking ridiculous 49-inch Samsung Odyssey. Fucking. Screen.
There's a game on Game Pass that plays similar to this, like where you have two guns and you shoot, you flip around, and I forgot the name of that game, but I don't know. I like it. It looks interesting. It's a Xbox ID game. It's gonna be on Game Pass. So
you got some. Oh, it could be. Yeah, see, Thumber said I have no idea about this one. Maybe it's both. That's true. I mean, it could be like a little Metroidvania if you go back in for it and stuff.
Pre-order now on Xbox Series X and Xbox One and all that other good stuff.
Or play it on Game Pass.
Game Pass for the win. So yeah, man, October is fucking stacked.
It's lit. And obviously COD. Because if we haven't said it enough, if we haven't said that and driven that point home enough, COD.
COD. If you guys want to hit me up on COD, I'm always about COD. I mean, I'm disappointed they didn't send me the email. That some just got that shows like the stats of beta. Because I played.
You didn't get it? Did you check?
I didn't get all.
No, I didn't get it. Did you check your spam?
I checked spam on my Google. I checked my on my live.com, like and those are the two accounts that I have signed up to the Activision, .com or Call of Duty.com website, and not once, and I check the preferences to make sure that I'm getting those marketing kind of, shit from them, because sometimes that blocks it, and I'm still not getting it. But I really want to see my beta set, because I didn't get off of it. I understand it. I understood the mission. I understood the assignment. I know it was a beta. But I never got I never got off that shit. Like I kept playing it and like it was just the moment they shut it off, and they extended it 2 hours after it shut off. Supposedly it was supposed to shut off at 1.
Yes,
they extended it to like 3.
Yeah,
and even so, it logged it off like at 3:15 Eastern time, like 15 minutes past. And I'm going, damn. The moment they turned it off, though, I'm like, what do I play now?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like
how beta did that?
It's like that. No, I remember when I think my dad got on, and we were in Discord, and I think he went to go boot it up, not thinking like it was over or whatever. and then it actually, because it was last Sunday or whatever that they turned it off, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it was Monday
Or
afternoon.
Monday.
Actually.
Monday it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was supposed to be
And
at 1, but they did.
and then and then I think he was like, oh shit. And he was like, oh, beta's over. I was like, yeah.
Well, I think I sent a picture with the negative seconds counting down. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh my god.
What's going on here? Why are they turning it off? But then I saw the official announcement on Twitter where they said, we extended it for 2 more hours. Like, oh, you guys probably got to the office late. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's not turn on that. Let's not turn it off just yet. But man, I'm telling you, man, the moment it shut off, it was like, what do I play next? But then I ended up getting back on Deathloop and Born K in it. God, I love Deathloop. Deathloop was good.
Yeah.
Not for everybody, but it is a good game if you're into.
I got it. That one thing before the campaign. Yeah. So in my list, in my order of operations of games that I have to finish out, I got to finish GTA 5. I have to finish. I have to finish Deathloop, and I have to finish. I don't have to finish, but I mean, I still have my Mass Effect 3 thing that I want to finish. But in that order, because like you said, once COD comes out, I'm gonna be fucking consumed. So it's like I really have to like get my shit in order. Because if I don't do it now, those games it's really gonna be, unless the servers are down one particular day. It's like when I get on my computer and I'm looking for a game to play, COD's getting turned on. I mean,
like I finished my on MW 2019. I already finished my legendary run or whatever, the legendary campaign achievement. So
yeah,
the only achievement I got left on that Spec Ops. If anybody want to join me on that and see if you want to get that completed, Spec Ops is the achievement I got left on MW 2019. But I since deleted it. It's off my hard drive. Black Ops still there. I haven't played Black Ops in a minute, but that's probably gonna get deleted too. Because like I said, man, after that experience I had with Modern Warfare Beta, it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
I want that. I need that in my life. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. That's October games stacked. Chat, man. That's it. That's what we got, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You get nothing else from me. I gotta go feed the gator.
Fucking crocodiles in the backyard.
On a serious note, man, we appreciate you guys coming in every Sunday.
Absolutely.
It is episode 64 now in the bag, and we did give away the Modern Warfare Standard Edition copy.
Yeah, shout out again, Just Cause.
Yeah.
Just Cause.
Shout out to Just Cause for winning that.
We're gonna put that back on the screen. Last time too, like I said, we're gonna reach out to you in the Discord, reach out to us, and we're gonna get all that situated and get you that copy of Call of Duty, man. Dimber, of course, thank you. Yobi, of course, thank you. Boys in here, Shinrock's in here. Let's see, Joshua.
We never shouted the chat. How bad are we?
But no. We at one point or another we did, but we'll just do it justice now. Obviously, Yobi in here, Shin in here. Turpin obviously always coming through, hanging out.
Void Cell, TZ the Goat.
TZ obviously coming through as well too. I'm gonna say Gogol. I'm gonna go with Poe. I'll go with Poe because I don't want to,
Poe, because I do not want to butcher nobody's name.
At work, hopping in here.
Hopping in, not knowing that this score's on Xbox.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah. Getting his refund, hopefully.
And then, yeah, man, just everybody else, even if you didn't, talk in chat, don't worry about it. We appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't yet, which I'm sure most of you have, but hit the like, it helps. Hit the subscribe button. Obviously,
shout out to the audio listeners.
Shout out to audio, of course. Shout out to the audio listeners as well too. Audio is always updated. We do same day. We do day after. Just make sure.
Well, since we switched to Discord to OBS, it's literally
same
right
day,
after
basically.
we go off live. It's like same day. So I've been uploading it on the same day, like an hour or two later.
So replay people, if you're out there on YouTube listening to us after the fact, thank you for listening to us. Obviously, audio listeners, shout out to you guys. And girls, hopefully we'll see.
And thank you for all 402 subscribers. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, giving us an opportunity to, take 2 hours of your afternoon on a Sunday and have this conversation with game, what we all love. So appreciate that. We are ever growing.
Yeah, man.
Giveaways are always a thing. Hit up on our Discord. We're there. Join our chats. If you guys have suggestions on what kind of channels you might want on a Discord, I'm thinking about maybe doing a Chivo channel. I don't know, something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's easy stuff. So there's really straightforward stuff. We're always going to be looking in ways to improve the Discord and improve, the usability of it as far as feedback, and what people. But yeah, feedback. You just give it directly to us. Obviously, leave it in the comments down below on the Twitter DM. On YouTube. Tweet at us, DM us, message us on Discord, of course. If there's something that you're looking forward to in there, but also feel free, anybody that's in the community, anybody that's been here in the pod as well too, feel free to just come and hang out in the Discord. If you see us, don't feel shy, even if you don't, want to play anything, don't feel like you're obligated to play things, even if you just want to shoot the shit, whatever, come hang out with us. And if you want to use it with your friends, whatever, to go and game and just have a separate party chat.
Oh, yeah. We don't have to be in there. You guys can just join up on any channel and just have that conversation. Yeah.
Use the channels and stuff like that. There's generally always somebody moderating and stuff like that. Obviously, just be respectful to everybody that's in there. You know the rules. You guys read the rules when you joined as well, too. Be respectful. Just don't post any crazy shit in there. And that's it.
Yeah, and for those who are still here, can I please get a W in the chats? Let me know you're live. But other than that, this is episode 64 in the bag.
Yeah, man.
Every Sunday, I thank you guys for coming in. Me and Logic appreciate you and love this community and what we're building. As always, I appreciate you guys. And once again, congratulations, Just Cause. Other than that, that's all I got. Happy fucking gaming, everybody. Oh, wait.
What we got?
No, I thought you had something.
No, I got none.
All right. And happy fucking gaming, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy the week and have a good one.
Later.